Welcome back to the action here in Hamburg. Day 3 means finals day, and we'll be working through from 11th up to the cup final. Women, men, women, men, women, men in that pattern. And the 11th place final of the women's tournament will be played between Turkey, the new team qualifying from the trophy series last year into the championship this year, up against Sweden. They've been here before, improving their performances year for year, and probably going into this fixture slight favourites against this Turkish side. There we see the squad. Watch out for Sedinur Bolat, number 1. Watch out for Gulnur Sak, the number 5. And Dilmac wearing number 8. They're some of the big players in that team. And here we see the Swedes. They'll be led by Maja Müller again, captain and PWR player in 15s rugby for Harlequins. So a big name in that team. Watch out also for the Wikström sisters with all their experience. And the sun is shining finally. We saw a couple of windy, wet days here in Hamburg, but just for the finals, we do see some sun. That's improved the quality of rugby today. The team's able to play a little bit more with the ball than they usually do. Or not than they usually do, just like they usually do, but better than they have been able to do the last couple of days here in Hamburg, where we saw a lot of handling errors, a lot of broken down attacks and low scoring games. Today, we're seeing a different state of affairs altogether. Sun is shining, wind has dropped, and the teams are in fine fettle. Just about to get underway here, the last little checks. Waiting for the countdown. And Maja Müller breathing in the air, focusing on the task in hand.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
And we're off. Sweden fielding that ball comfortably and setting the first contact point. That looks to be held up. That looks to be a maul because the second Swedish player has engaged, but they get to ground and are able to recycle. Attacking from deep now, it's Sweden with a fend, with a second and a third. Off to the races. This is Maja Müller. I spoke about her great 15s experience with Harlequins, and that was a high tackle, so she's off again, playing that quickly, charging towards the try line, being dragged down, and they recycle. Moving the ball now to the right-hand side. Beautiful technical skills from the Swedish team, and it will be the first try. Sarah Jakobsson, we've seen her do that already this weekend.
Yeah, it's exactly what we expect from Sweden by now. We said a lot, they're adding a new dimension to their game. Now with good conditions, they can finally show what they've worked on their handling. They've done a lot of work with their new head coach, Bill Tirikula, who's been teaching them a lot how to spread the ball, move the ball with handling. And then it's the two danger women we've been pointing out all tournament. Maja Müller with the line break, and then Sarah Jakobsson who finishes it up.
Not a great strike on that kick, so it does say 5-0, but Sweden with the early lead in this final game for 11th place. And Sweden just preparing themselves for this kickoff, taking the time, sucking in the air. And they play a short one, rubbering it along the ground. That's gathered easily by Turkey, and they look to mount the first attack. That is Dilmac. Dilmac to Bolat. Always at the heart of the action. Not shy of the contact either.
Stay.
And Turkey spreading the ball themselves, looking for some width. running slightly laterally there, but straightening it up and running into Maya Müller. That's not necessarily the most advisable choice. Dilmach ignoring the dummy runner, moving it on to Bollat. Bollat showing her pace, but being driven into touch under close attention for Nunstedt, the big number 12 for Sweden. And the Turkish players showing a little bit of concern for Bollat, their number 1.
That would be a bad loss. Hey, she's got so much pace. She's the heart of their attack with the danger she's offered, with the kicks they've been putting in behind, chasing her. She's unbelievably quick. That would be a really tough loss for Turkey. However, she seems fine, getting back up.
Yeah, I think she's landed awkwardly there, didn't she? Maybe lost a bit of wind out of the lungs, but she's fine now. And a good line out from Sweden. Their set piece has been working well this weekend. Oh, Nunstedt just knocking on in the midfield. So Turkey with a get out of jail card there, and able to maybe mount an attack of their own. They're on their own 10-meter line, so it's a good attacking position here. Nice scrum in the middle of the pitch. The backs are discussing their play and positioning all 3 of them on the right-hand side. So Bollat in the centre, Dilmach on the wing. They've got their speedsters there, and it is that kick. We've seen it from Turkey before. And Bollat sprints away after it, a slight collision with the Swedish player. If she can regather, she may score, but she's been dragged down by the Swedish player. Her teammate gathers. I think that was Erdogan, the number 10. There's no try, it is a knock-on. And unfortunately there for Bollat, I thought she might have been played without the ball there, Robbie.
Yeah,
I don't know how you saw that.
I saw it similar. I also had the impression that Bollat was winning the foot race and then got tackled off the ball after she acted on. And then I figured she scored the try afterwards, Erdogan. We'll have a look now. Bollat hacking it on again.
Yeah, it's probably a fair contest, isn't it? They're both going for their falling ball. I think that's a good decision from the referee. There wasn't much in that.
Minetta Hammerberg feeding the scrum now. She has some family with her here. We met them yesterday. There's a lot of support for the Swedish team as well. And Hammerberg getting it out quickly.
And that is Nunstedt stretching her legs. We saw her knock on once before, but that's what she can do when she gets the ball in hand. A real powerful ball carrier. And coming from deep. A nice change of direction, exposing Turkey on the blind side, but they do gather the drop ball, and we've spoken about her all weekend. Sedanur Bollat, quickest to react and capitalises on the Swedish error, scoring the first try for Turkey in the fixture.
Yeah, who else but her? We saw earlier, now with better conditions, Sweden able to show what they've done with their handling, how they've worked it out. This time the handling just letting them down, and Bollat picking it up and immediately accelerating. She's very explosive and very quick, and that's just not to be caught from this close.
Yeah, I think she enjoyed that one, didn't she? So the conversion, getting close, but not quite right, so it is 5-5 here with both teams getting one try, missing their conversions. It's all level.
Stay behind the line.
Back underway. That kick won't travel 10. Turkey play it anyway, so it's a tap in the middle. Maya Müller snapping up that ball and just slowing things down a little bit. Three on the right, 3 on the left.
Engage, go forward.
And they play out to the right with a switch play, coming back to the left. Oh, a knock on into the collision there. Oh no, sorry, it was knocked on in the tackle from the Turkish player, dislodging the ball there, so it was advantage to Sweden. That'll be over now.
Backwards.
Maya Müller, again with a big fend, driving through the collision. Turkey were just getting their hands on that ball and earning the penalty. And Bollat also just slowing it down, making sure her team is composed and ready for the next phase of play. They choose the scrum.
Sweden had a really good start into this game, and Turkey has found their way into it now, hey? It was really, really dominant by Sweden in the first, like, 1.5 minutes, and by now these are two very evenly matched teams cancelling each other out. Sweden struggling to get their danger players like Müller or Jacobsen into space, but so is Turkey. We've seen Bola once off turnover score very dangerous try. Arsenal that she hasn't really been able to execute, but she was unlucky with that knock-on after the kick chase, to be fair. Ooh, this is great work by Hamburg.
Yeah, reacting quickest to that. The ball seemed to come straight out of the tunnel, but the Swedes quickest to react, and here we see them moving the ball out wide. Smolina with the contact, and Turkey over that ball again, contesting ferociously in the breakdown. It's a fair turnover, so no penalty here. Struggling to get the ball out despite winning it. And now they have it in their hands, a short pass to Erdogan. It's a little bit scrappy, but it is a penalty, and Bolat takes it quickly. She sees the opportunity, sprinting away. She's done it once already, and she's looking to do it again, but under close attention from the Swedish number 7, Jakobsen. So try scorer against try scorer, and Jakobsen comes out on top.
That was outrageous defense. We speak a lot about Bollard's pace, so this is exactly what you want her to do here. Take it quickly, use her pace, and then she gets caught by Sara Jakobsen. Really impressive pace. It's not only the fact that she gets caught, look at the power she has here. She's waiting to keep her options, making the right technique, going up high, so you can choke, get the offload. This leads to her knocking the offload away, and then she just drags her into touch. This is outrageous defense by Sara Jakobsen.
Yeah, real dominance in the collision there from Sara Jakobsen, so a great game for her. She saved one try from being scored, and she got one of her own.
Okay. You move very good. Okay? Just do what.
Kızlar, hakemi boş veriyoruz, her şeyi boş veriyoruz ve savaşmaya devam ediyoruz. Bu maç bizde. Hiçbir şey yok. Hiçbir şey yok. Bu maç bizde, destekli gidiyoruz, tamam mı? Kızlar çok iyisiniz. Çok yapıyoruz. Kontak almayın. Göt göte. Nefes almayı unutma, nefes al. Siz daha hızlısınız. Kontak almayın. Hızlı pas. Evet, kontak almıyoruz kızlar. Koşamıyorlar. Daha derin bekleyip topu hareketli alın.
Stick to the plan, okay? They're fed off our mistakes, Shad. You know, it's not that, you know, they're playing good, we've allowed them to be in the game. You've got to nullify that and do the simple things well. Get physical, stick to, trust the structure.
Here we see that try from Jakobsen. That was how she started the half, and she ended it with a try-saving tackle. And here we see the good Swedish attack that just broke down and presented Turkey with the opportunity to score a try of their own through Bolat, who's been a nuisance for the opposition all weekend.
Yeah, I like the words from their coach, Masi Tuakaraina, the man from Rotorua. He was telling the girls, it's not like they're playing good, you'll let them into him. So he's really backing the team. He's really showing them, he's really giving them some confidence to play with for this second half. Unfortunately, Sara Jakobsen's kickoff does not go 10, so will be immediately Turkey's ball again.
Yeah, Turkey with a free kick in the middle of the pitch, a tap and go. And possession will be key in this second half. It's tied up at 5-5, so both teams will be desperate to be first on the scoreboard and controlling the ball. Again, slightly lateral from Turkey, just inviting the defence up towards them, and it's a positive tackle. Jakobsen challenging for that one. Unable to get her hands on the ball, so they counter-ruck it. And Sweden getting Turkey getting the ball out, but illegally so. It's a penalty for Sweden, and they take it from behind the mark, so that's fine, and they're off. Swartz with the big collision there. And they're out to Nunstedt. Nunstedt fancies this one. Getting her hands free for the offload, unfortunately just behind the oncoming support player. And Turkey look to have turned this one over, but they've handled that on the floor. So once more it's a penalty to Sweden. Turkey will need to watch out with their discipline here and not concede a yellow card.
10.
Oh, and just as I said that, the referee has made the decision that that was one penalty too many. They've accumulated when Turkey come under pressure. So Turkey will play the next 2 minutes with 6 women on the pitch. Sweden, a player up with a scrum wide on the right-hand side on the 5-metre line. All the space in the world on this pitch. And Turkey, interestingly, choosing not to put a scrum half in at the scrum, so they're keeping 3 defensive players in the backs line, and that'll just give Hamburg an opportunity here. Nunstedt running hard. And they're out to the wing, Sarah Jakobsen, and she is in for her second try of the game. She's a try-scoring machine.
Yes, good on her. Well done. It's basics executed really, really good. Simple stuff. Keeping the ball in 2 hands, making them guess. As she has a player outside, the Turkish players are forced to make a decision. They look to cover the out wide. So she, with the ball, keeping the ball in 2 hands, guesses her opposite, and then over she goes for the second try.
Yeah, and when you've got that extra player advantage, and that's what you want to do. You want to get the points on the board as quickly as possible, do simple things well, and take advantage of this 2-minute period with an extra player on the pitch. Very difficult in sevens rugby to defend the full width with only 6 players. And Sweden with the advantage in this 11th place final. 10 points to 5. 2 tries to 1. And no successful kicks. And there's unfortunately just another player down getting treatment. And the healthy players use it as an opportunity to put their hands on their heads and suck in the air, filling up those lungs. The temperature has risen gradually over the weekend. We're up to around about 20 degrees today. The breeze is still there, but it's not half as strong, so it really is almost perfect conditions for sevens rugby here in Hamburg.
It's really cool to see these 2 teams have a proper competitive match here, because they've been pumped a lot on this weekend, as they're the 2 with the rankings. They're the 2 teams that had the toughest opponents against them. So it's really cool to see both of them have a real shot at winning a game, and an exciting game. There's a lot of things happening, good stuff for both teams. Jakobsen this time with a better kickoff, finding the full 10, and Turkey under pressure.
Yeah, under pressure, but moving forward. Good post-contact meters through the leg drive in that collision. And they look to swing the ball back to the blind side. Working the tight spaces, finding gaps. But just unfortunately unable to get quick ball out of that breakdown. They'll need to recycle a little bit quicker to stop the Swedish defence from blitzing so hard. Bolat, no return for effort on this occasion. Dilmatch. Again, it's all very lateral here for Turkey, so they're coming under a lot of pressure. But recycling well. Bolat puts boot to ball and chases her own kick. There are Swedish players coming back to cover. Maja Müller first of all. She picks it up, fends, controls. And cool as you like, just tidies up the situation and allows her teammates to rebuild. Swinging the ball, nice technical passes, wide passes. Oh, but that's spilled, and Dilmatch snaps the ball up, and she'll tie up the game at 10-10. Another opportunist try. So Turkey doing a brilliant job of just feeding from scraps in this game.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do. Well put, Ian. They're really good at defending, and as soon as Sweden make a mistake, they pound on that. They're very good reactive. That's well done, stealing the ball while she's going down, so she doesn't have to release, was ripped in the tackle, and then going all the way to score the try.
So the conversion is still to come, and this is really important here. Turkey could take the lead after 4.5 minutes of play in the second half through this kick. Oh, it was a good strike. I think maybe the wind just catching that a little bit and pushing it wide right of the uprights. So it is tied up here, 2 tries apiece with no kicks, 10-10 is the score of the 11th place final. We've got just over 2 minutes to play. And Turkey to kick off to Sweden. Lundstedt looking to catch this one, and she does so very well. Taken in the air, so it's a penalty. And straight off to the races through Boberg, the number 10 of Sweden. Lundstedt, big loopy pass. Maya Müller tidies up again, winning the penalty, and they're off. Little pass over the top, it wasn't the cleanest, but it's worked out well. And there is space in the wide right here. We see number 1, that's Wikström, one of the 2 sisters today, Cecilia. And back to the left-hand side. Lundstedt, better pass this time to Maya Müller. She does a step and shift to find the outside channel, and she's going round 1, she's gone round 2, stretching the legs, focusing on the try line. All the way goes Maya Müller, taking the lead back for Sweden.
Love to see a smile like that. It's a very deserved smile after a great individual effort. She does well to beat her first defender, then runs sideways, looking to switch her dummy switch, and the last defender in 2 minds, not sure who to defend, and that gives Maya Müller that edge to beat her on the outside. Here we see it, she was looking at the girl coming in, so Maya Müller on the outside, and then when she broke the line, she was too quick, dots the ball down. And now look at her being happy about, that's a cool sight.
Absolutely, she's delighted. She's always happy to get a try. She had a similar moment last year, I can remember, where she was just beaming when she got up, touching it down. Great to see that passion. She really cares about Swedish rugby. So Sweden with the advantage now, 5 points. We've just got just over a minute to play. It is still very much possible for Turkey. Sweden will kick to them, so if they can secure the ball, they've got every chance of getting up that pitch and scoring one of their own. We hear the buzzer there. So now this is the last chance, Salon, and it's a turnover. I didn't quite catch the number there. Was that Wikström? No, it is Swartz. Swartz for Sweden with a really important turnover. Maya Müller gets the ball off the pitch, and Sweden secure 11th place in Hamburg. So the first leg of the European Sevens Championship. Don't forget the points will be added to give an accumulative result to crown the champions of Europe, but Sweden off to a decent start here, securing 11th place in Hamburg.
Final score, Sweden
3 tries to 1. Turkey conceding that yellow card. Maybe that cost them this final.
It's hard to say in games like this. There's also always so much to be looked at, so I couldn't really tell what the point difference was, honestly. I'm just really happy to like for Sweden. Good to see Maya Müller being that happy when she scored the try.
Okay, we progress now with the men's competition. We have, again, the 11th place final. It's Poland, it's Lithuania. 2 teams that have struggled to get the results they maybe deserved in the first couple of days. That's what leaves them here playing for the 11th place. So a lot to prove. There we see the Polish squad. And the Lithuanians, some big lads in that team. Watch out for number 10, one of the smaller lads, Prelidis. He's their playmaker and at the heart of everything.
Take your time, that will be counted.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So Poland get us underway here with a big high kick into Lithuanian hands. A fantastically successful lifting pod there. And they're going from left to right. Now we've got an interview coming up for you once more.
So victorious Sweden in this 11th ranked final. Maja Müller scoring the winning try. It's the first victory for you on the weekend as well. How happy are you after this?
So incredibly happy. Like, we had to dig deep. We never thought we had it in the bank, but we knew we could do it. We just had to show the belief. Yeah, had to dig deep, work hard for each other. It was do or die for 14 minutes, and that's what we did. Like, we never hung down with our heads. We just kept on fighting. We went all the way through together. I think, yeah, teamwork is the word for us.
It is. We were really happy when you scored that winning try, the whole face lightening up. It was really cool to see. Congratulations. So how do you prepare for the next tournament?
We analyse, we look at what we can improve. I think we've had a solid defence throughout this weekend. It's just tightening up those last few layers, those last few bits, to not let them run through us or around us, and then, yeah, just work on what we can do to be more of a threat forward.
Cool. So can't wait to see that in 2 weeks. Looking forward to that. All the best for you. Good recovery now. See you soon.
Thank you. See you.
Then as we get back to the action, we see Poland here with the early pressure in the game. Lithuania being forced to defend here, looking to get over that ball, and that is a good turnover through Liaukus. The number 8 for Lithuania. There we see the signal from the referee, holding on to the ball on the ground. And Prelidis will clear the lines with a solid kick up to the 10-metre line or roundabout.
Yeah, Lithuania soaking up the pressure there a little bit, eventually getting the opportunity to get their hands on that ball and then win the turnover to clear their lines. Haven't cleared it too far, not quite the 10-metre line, but have the line-out opportunity, which they know they're good at.
Yeah, absolutely a feature of their game. They've got a very strong line-out with their height advantage that they more often than not that they have. And now on the attack. Nice intricate interplay down the right-hand side, and they come back to the left, spreading the ball with aplomb. Crisp passing out to the wing, and it's a sprint for the line for Grigolaitis, who gets the first try of the 11th place final in the men's competition.
Yeah, great line-out win there for them, then moving the ball into the centre field and then eventually getting into the hands of Grigolaitis. He's got some gas, you saw him working hard, he's trying to really get those initial steps on to get the power away, and then by the end he's cruising in for the first score of the game, which goes to Lithuania. There we see it again, going from one side. A little bit of contact there, slowing the ball down, getting it back to the outside. And we'll see him dig deep here, look at the arms working, not just the legs. And then he can cruise through for this last 10 metres under the posts.
Yeah, that looked slick, didn't it, Andy? So Lithuania more than up for this one. And we see the conversion here, it is successful. We have a 7-point lead for Lithuania. We'll try and get that up on the scoreboard for you in just a second. Prelidis to kick, it's a high one, but unchallenged in the air, so Poland just able to regather and build from deep. Not getting much return on that carry, but Poland has still maintained possession, and they're out to the wide right now, looking for space, and they've left their 22, so making slow progress up the park here. Looking for a gap, stepping inside, that's a half break. Getting the offload away, Lithuania regather, and Lithuania straight onto the attack here, transitioning well. Moving the ball to the right-hand side with another lovely looping pass. Getting very close to the touchline, but what a strong man to just stay in field there. Prelidis with the pass, and they're back out to the left-hand side, looking for try number 2, pinning back the ears, going for the gap. And just losing the ball. This time it was the try scorer, Grigolaitis, with a little bit less success.
Yeah, great initial turnover from the stalwart of the team. Taujanskas to get that ball. There we go, we see it on the replay. And then they move it to the right-hand side and back again. They've got some great handling at the moment. It's just these little, it looked like he got his leg caught underneath him, which couldn't be too nice for him. And then the ball just popped forward. But initial good play from the Lithuanians. They've got obviously got their sights set on winning this game. They're moving the ball. They're supporting each other. We can see hands on hips already of a couple of them, so they're maybe a little tired after 2 days on the soft ground and in the hard wind of Hamburg. And now suddenly coming into this nice sunshine.
Yeah, I think they'll be very disappointed to be playing just for 11th place. They pushed Great Britain all the way on day one. They were actually leading that game, and they just narrowly missed out on a win in the dying moments of the game. So they'll be really keen to prove what they can do here. And that's the next opportunity. The ball being knocked on as it squirted out of the scrum.
Yeah, nice power from the scrum, from the Lithuanian scrum there, but you just saw him lift on the right-hand side a little bit. The ball just touched the hand of the scrum half there as he tried to pick it up, and unfortunately, it will be a Poland scrum again.
And the heat comes on once more, and it's taken against the head by Lithuania. They secure the ball towards the post, and then they go back out to the left, bumping off one, fending the second, trying to drive through the contact, but not getting very far against an aggressive Polish defence. So back outside of the 22 now. And real pressure coming on in the rucks now from Poland. They're desperate to push Lithuania further back. Taujanskas. You called him a stalwart earlier, Andy, and he really is that. Now Prelaitis gets the try, just opening up for him. And he's the playmaker, he's at the heart of everything. We don't always see him finishing the tries, but on this occasion he comes up trumps.
Yeah, we talked about Prelaitis yesterday and even this morning as well. He's a great talent, and he just looks for those gaps. He's got that acceleration after getting the ball from Taujanskas. Absolutely no way that he was getting stopped there. I would like to see the Lithuanians just move it into those channels a little bit more. They seem to be bashing it up quite a bit just now. When they get a bit of movement and coming on at pace, they can look really dangerous. And I'm not sure they've got the confidence at the moment to move it wide against this Polish team, but in previous games we've seen gaps appear from Poland, certainly in the wide channel, so it'll be interesting to see if Lithuania can exploit those. But their kickoffs have been good from Prelaitis. Let's see if he can put another one up again.
And he certainly does. Look at the height on that. And the big man gets underneath it. Taujanskas slapping back. And that just gives Lithuania the chance to get the ball off the pitch. They're leading 14-0. So no need to play on here and risk conceding in the dying moments. And Poland as well, the new team on the block, progressing from the trophy last season into the championship. So let's see what they have to say at half-time.
Just need the ball
to turn this game around.
The defence is inevitable. We defend for 5 or 6 phases. As we say, for our attack, holes will open. We're just defending for too long, boys. We just need to win that ball back. That's going to come with a bit more line speed. When we're 3-on-3, or 4-on-4, or 2-on-2, we must pressure the ball carrier.
0-0. Antras kėlinys lygiai taip pat. Okay? Pasendinkim plačiau. Jie dabar pavargę labiau. Turim nusiųsti. Pabandykim 3 kartus bent jau iš krašto į kraštą. Tada viskas atsivers.
Tikrai geras eidant iš visų žmonių, kas yra šalia. Labai gerai nustok šnekėti. Žymiai lengviau yra. Kebra, pakolinom kažką ir darom.
7.
No, I'm very grateful that the Polish number 11, Tomasz Pozniak, talks such great English, because I actually understood something this time, Andy. They're talking about needing the ball. Obviously, sevens is a game of possession, so that's the first focus, and they're going to do that by pressurising the ball carrier. They're going to try and force more mistakes from Lithuania in this half. It's all very easily said, but now they'll have to execute. Andy, do you think we'll see a bit of a change in momentum for this second half?
Well, we'll go back to exactly what you said. There's all very well and good to say it. It's actually doing it now. I mentioned earlier on about Lithuania needing to move the ball a little wider, and I recall from last year, you know, they got some really good depth and speed in the ball, and if you've got a Lithuanian 100-kilo man running at you at full speed, then that's very difficult to stop no matter how much pressure you put on them. So if they can get into these positions and they can really push up their 2-on-2s, their 3-on-3s, then good on them. But I don't see a massive swing in the second half. I think that Lithuania have got the advantage at the moment, and I see that continuing throughout the second half.
Yeah, and certainly from that kick-off, it does look like that, Andy. Lithuania rising well to win the ball, and they're mounting a promising-looking attack here. Poland in a moving backwards, being forced back, and look at the depth now. That's what you wanted to see, Andy. Swinging the ball in the width. Taujanskas. Oh, just a slight inaccuracy there, but that's more of what they need to be doing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, the first phase there went 15 to 15 from right to left, and then they brought it back again. I would love to have seen a little scissors move, a cut back inside from the winger when Taujanskas moved it. He was still almost on the 5-meter line. Not a lot of space to play in, but nice to keep the ball alive. But however, the handling just let them down a little bit. But look at the width they're putting on this now. Look at how they're spreading the Polish defence. There's no way you can put pressure on an attack when it's that wide. You just can't do that. So well played from Lithuania. However, short pass at the end there, just knocked on, gives the opportunity to Poland to mount an attack themselves.
You know, 6 minutes left of the 11th place final, and Poland looking to create the first opportunity. That's a lovely pattern from the set play and a lovely line break, and they will get the first try of this game now through Arsenij Pastrykov. And yeah, so Poland may be mounting a bit of a comeback here. It's very much possible now that they've got the first points of the second half.
Yeah, it's a lovely little move. We saw the wrap around, and it's Prailidis that couldn't step in to get that flat runner, and they gave that ball in front instead of going out the back this time. But again, they're into a bit more open space, and that's where those gaps will appear if they start using that space, because the Polish also have some great power and pace. They just need to link together a little more, and that's a great example of a training ground move that has gone right for them. So well played to Poland on that occasion.
Yeah, I think Lithuania just speculated a little bit on the wrap around and just forgot the crash line. Didn't cover that very well, you called it out. So Poland right back in this game, all to play for. 5 minutes left of this game. Oh, a good offload there after taking the kick-off. Taujanskas beating one, stepping the second. And they get the space on the left-hand side. Prailidis looking to make up for the mistake that he made in defence, and he does so well, distributing beautifully back to Taujanskas. But it's a penalty and a yellow card from the German referee, Julian Noster.
Yeah, that was right in front of him. I mean, I think his legs did come up above the horizontal. Much as his timing was good for the hit, as you see, he's just got his legs up in there. You need to try and keep his feet in the ground and try and pull him down a little more. However, he'll be feeling a little aggrieved at that possibly, because it wasn't dangerous. It was just a little bit of poor timing, and I think from my side, probably the right decision at the end of the day.
Water off, let's go.
However, it could, on another day, have gone another way.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's all just a question of how the referees interpret the situation. The laws, they're not rules, so there is a little bit of room there for their own interpretation in the moment, and that's been given as a dangerous tackle. Simple as that. I think you can feel a bit hard done by as well. Back in the day when we were on the pitch, Andy, that would have been a fine tackle, but times have changed.
Got to remember you're in Germany, and the Regels and the Regels, yeah.
And we're off. Sprinting towards the line. That's a lovely catch from the number 5, Krasauskas. And that's Lithuania just extending their lead. He really had to stretch for that one. Lovely fingertip feeling.
Yeah, Krasauskas there, just following up from the break from the scrum, and they put some width in it again. Again, it's getting away from these contact areas. Getting away. Look at the little break here. We've got a lovely little break from, I think, is it Alexanian? And he gives a lovely pass out there, but he's managed to stretch the defense again. There's, as I said at halftime, they want to put pressure on these people, on these attackers, sorry, but they're not really getting the opportunity to pressure them. They're allowing them to run a little bit, and that's going to be their downfall at the end of this game, I think.
Yeah, so we've got 3.5 minutes left to play. Poland down a player, Lithuania up by 12 points and in the driving seat.
Yeah, I almost forgot there that it was 7 against 6, so there's going to be a gap somewhere. So well done to Lithuania for exploiting that and putting the 1 score on, maybe even 2 scores if in the 2 minutes that player's off.
Poland with the ball, though, that's exactly what you want when you're down a player. Keep possession, control the ball, control the flow of play. And Poland working well here, working hard for each other. Oh, good pressure in the contact point for Lithuania. They do come up with the ball, taking it quickly once more, spreading it. They know there'll be a gap somewhere, and they look to move it out, straighten up. That's your number 8, Liaukos, with the next try. That's try number 4 for Lithuania. They are in full control of this fixture.
Yeah, it's a nice score from Lithuania. Again, the quick tap and go, knowing they've got the numbers up. There should be a spare man somewhere, and once again spreading the field, taking them across. Can they get there in defensive cover? It's not going to be. And from a Polish point of view, you know, it's very difficult to start spreading the ball when you're only 6 men. You're going to get tired and more tired again. So they needed to try and take it in, slow it down, get this player back on the field. That saps up energy in itself, waiting for the 2 minutes to be up. But on this occasion, giving away the penalty, and very well played from Lithuania to tap and go.
Yeah, from the moment Rumbauskas made that turnover or was awarded the penalty, you kind of knew what was coming, didn't you? So Poland will have to come from all the way deep. That was Mazoud Shodrok with the catch and the pass. And the pressure once more coming on from Lithuania, real hustle there. And they move the ball to the right. Good pace on this attack. Danube Panache. And out over the touchline. It'll be another Lithuanian line out. It's one of their strengths. And they'll look to just follow up that 4th try with a 5th.
Yeah, from a coaching point of view, something that really annoys me is when they get close to the sidelines and they still try to have a go, and there's no way you're going around someone with 1 meter to go. You need to either pull the ball out of there or step inside and take the contact, set it up. And on that occasion, you just saw the Polish player literally dive to the ground, and that's a easy pickings for Lithuania to now have the ball in hand. And as we see them moving it wide, juggling a little bit, but moving it wide.
Oh, and this is so often happens. A little ball bouncing on the ground just causes a bit of chaos, and the defensive team misjudging their positioning. And Alanas Alexanian does capitalise, charges towards the line, shuffles through the defence here. We'll see the replay. Ball just dropping, confusing the defending player, and that creates the opportunity.
Yeah, we're seeing some tired legs out there from the Polish. You could just see the cheeks were blowing. He wasn't wanting to step back inside to make that tackle. Alexanian saw that and just striding through the gap, power through the gaps, sorry, and then striding through to the end of the field for the touchdown as we hear the hooter go. I think both teams will be happy to get off this field now and have a cold beverage in hand.
Yeah, I think this will give Lithuania a bit of confidence moving forward into the split tournament. They've had a very good performances here, maybe not the best of results in the first couple of days.
Yeah, the same for Poland. I mean, Poland have put some good phases together. They've played some good stuff. They've got a bit of experience under their belt now, and that's what you require at this level. It's a completely different level playing the trophy to the championship. The amount of power some of these teams have is completely different, and it will take a tournament, possibly 2, for them to get used to it, but this is a worthwhile exercise for them to, okay, not win too many games, not get too many tries, but they know what they've got to do now. And if they really want to push on, they've got to work hard in this next period as they go to split to try and get a few points in the rankings.
And we've spoken about the Lithuanian line-out being a real strength, but Poland rising well and stealing one there. So it's the little wins that they'll need to hold on to for coming out of this tournament moving forward, and that is one of them. Oh, and then a big counter-ruck coming in from Lithuania. They've got the penalty. Oh, the poor Polish attacker did not enjoy that one. And we see Lithuania bundling over, through Michalowskis for yet another try, just extending that lead on compounding Poland's woes.
Yeah, Duba Panache, I feel a little sorry for him. He just had a little glance, as you see, to one side, looked up and just saw this green shadow coming straight at him, like the Hulk running through him. And then what I really like here is the speed of thought from the Lithuanian team there. And I think it was Michalowskis just tapping and going straight under the post for a beautiful little try. And a 36-7, 38-7 conversion's good. Win for Lithuania. They'll take the 11th spot and move on to the next tournament. But as you say, a little smile on the face, but lots to work on for them.
Absolutely, Andy, but I'll move my attention straight on to the next fixture. I'll be taking a wee break, but we do have Great Britain against Denmark coming up for you in the women's tournament. Denmark, the new women on the block, so to say, being promoted from the trophy last year, and they've really turned some heads here. They played some lovely rugby. I'll be taking a break and handing over to Dennis Frank for that fixture.
So here we are at this GB Denmark game. I'm joined by Robbie, not Dennis, as Ian had mentioned. Robbie's joined us for this one. Dennis is off to do the interview, which I'm sure will happen in a few moments. In exactly 5 seconds, we'll come back to the commentary just after that.
We're here with the Lithuanian team. Congratulations on that pretty dominant performance. What are your thoughts after this one?
No, we're just happy to get a win, first win of the tournament, and for this leg it's the first and last one. But I'm really happy for the team because we've had such a tight 3 days. Every game that we played was just excluding the Belgian one. It's also just by one score literally that we lost the game, and we're just happy to get a win and just looking forward to it. So looking forward to the next leg basically.
What can you take from Hamburg into the second leg in Split?
So every game that we play is until literally 14 minutes. There was a couple of games. There was the first game that we lost against Italy. We lost, after the final time basically. So we can never just let our heads down. We just gotta play the whole 40 minutes until it's final whistle basically. So it's for us to take this into consideration as we go to the Split.
Thank you very much. Best of luck for Split.
So, Lithuanians maybe not as happy as they want to be, but as you said, first win of the weekend. They'll take that on to Split as we come back to the actions here. GB against Denmark. This could be a nice close game. Both teams looking to get that 9th position slot, some points on the board.
Yeah, great matchup that is. Hey, it's the very first game it's a rematch of the very first game that we had this weekend in Hamburg. That one, Great Britain could win very, very dearly, 19 points to 17. It was super close. Denmark turning some heads there, causing for some surprises with the way they've attacked this Great Britain team. And once again, 1.5 minutes in, no points scored yet, so it looks like a very, very intense match.
Yeah, just a little knock on there. Coming from Hesketh as she stuck her hand out, unfortunately knocked the ball down. Giving Denmark the opportunity to launch an attack from right on their own 22 line.
Set!
Ball's fed. Out the back of the scrum.
You're offside.
Looks like there's been a little infringement from Team GB. So Denmark tap and go. Would like to have seen a little bit more speed on that, but they secure ball. However, once again, GB not rolling away. That's easy yardage for Denmark there, 20 meters. Now they're over halfway, working hard to present that ball. Third player in, we need to move it away quickly. Get into these outside channels if they can. A little bit of indecision. Players maybe not set in the positions they need to be.
We've seen Denmark a lot doing this over the weekend, picking the ball off the base and then trying to attack from there, drawing players in to create space out wide for example, for this one, Freya Hallbeck. She's been very dangerous all weekend.
Yeah, both teams have got some real good individuals in there. They haven't particularly gelled as teams yet. Great individual moments, as you've said there, Robbie, but they need to start to gel as a team if they want to progress further, as we see the ball pop up for Evelyn Clark there just to run in. Oh, has she stepped over the dead ball? No, she's not. It's try time.
Yeah, Denmark, unfortunately, they're building phases, and then that offload goes due. She's not going to be too happy with this. Not accurate, and then they hack it on, regather it, and Evelyn Clark with a very good finish, making it easier conversion as well with her pace getting closer to the middle.
Yeah, a bit of an experience there from Denmark, I would say, just trying the pass that was never really on, and good vision by GB to get their foot through to that ball and then knock it on for Evelyn Clark just to pick up and scurry over the line to make the conversion a lot easier, and that's 7-0 up for GB. Kickoff's long, well taken in by Denmark, by Neinsted. Good bit of hustle from Team GB, not making it easy for Denmark. As they now break up the outside, great bit of pace. I think she's going to go the whole way, Robbie. Got that look about her. Hallbeck. Freya Hallbeck just cruising in at the end. They're absolutely delighted with that. Her teammates coming to support.
Yeah, again, that's Freya Hallbeck. We just said she's one of the dangerous players they have. They want to create space for her, and here now they did. German Berg was an attacker before, but then Freya Hallbeck does a little overshoot from the GB defense, and she accelerates into the gap that exists through there. And she's very quick and dots the ball down.
Yeah, those long legs took her through there. She's about 6 foot tall, almost 2 meters, I would say.
She's very tall. I was very surprised when I interviewed her for the first time, because I was, I want any Danish player, can I have her? Because she was really good in that first game. And then she was like right on my eye, look up to her almost.
So conversion good, 7-7, all to play for here. 5 minutes in, just under 2 minutes to go in this game as we see the kickoff coming from Elmbach. Nice bit of height in it this time, that's good height, but the chase not quite there. Well fielded by GB. Woodman taking it in and then releasing it back to get it out to the back line. Can they go side to side, or will they take the contact? It's a contact and release this time. Still heading up towards us in the commentary box on this side. Good bit of speed, that's some great hands. That was Evelyn Clark again, the try scorer, just getting on the outside first and then getting the ball again to move it to the other side, but great defense from Denmark. However, Team GB have managed to secure the ball. Although it's slow, Denmark need to pressure this. Can they get their hands? This could be not quite there. Went for a bite, but couldn't quite get in the right position for the jackal. Oh. The referee adjudging that one to have been knocked forward. Maybe a little unlucky for Sinclair there. However, we might get a clearer picture of the pass as we see it.
It is once again a very tight competitive match. Remember the first time these two met this weekend on Friday, it was decided only by a conversion by 2 points. And again, it's a draw 7-7. It's a low scoring game with very, very little opportunities to really attack. But then they do Freya Hallbeck with the one great try, Evelyn Clark with the Great Britain try.
Yeah, I'm sure these teams will be getting, tired. They've had, I think most of them had 5 games. So it's a long weekend for them. However, they're here to win and put some points on the board as we see the break going down the outside there from Agostinu. Right the way down, good score from her.
100%. We've been speaking a lot about her over the weekend, and she has that funny, that great story with the background in the gymnastic and the Olympics. And she had a really good day yesterday. She had 2 outstanding games yesterday, and now she puts the icing on the cake for her tournament performance, getting a chance on Sunday as well. Nice step on the outside, accelerates and too quick to be caught.
Yeah, she's obviously got the flexibility and balance of an athlete there, but she's showing her power, she's showing her pace, so she's turning into a very, very good rugby player. Let's hope that she sticks at this sport and she can help improve that team as well as her own as an individual. Can improve this team. If she's scoring scores like that, then that's going to give them a big boost as well. As we go into half-time, we listen into the team talks with Denmark, 14 points to 7 up over GB.
Men det her bliver det fastest, det er patience. Vi er for tæt på nu. Vi er alt for tæt på.
Damer, 2 ting. Lidt til dig. Lidt til dig. Der er lidt for meget pas mellem Ollie og den næste. Okay? Ja. Okay? Så enten må Ollie skubbe længere ud, det vil sige, at hendes insight for rugby skal komme hurtigere. Okay? Nummer 2, det handler om, hvis du scorer try, fint, det må bare ikke være under den der pace.
Nej, vi løber.
Okay?
Vi løber ned ved race.
Indeed. Our comms good?
Yeah, I think our process is working really well. It's just our one-on-one tackles. We need to be making those tackles. We shouldn't be getting beaten on 2v2 in about 6 meters of space, okay? Hold yourself accountable.
So comms, go, keep going. Pressure their skill set. It's going to take a lot of work. It's not going to be easy, but go, keep going. Pressure their skill set. We'll get back in this game, okay?
So a GB coach just telling them there, you know, pressure your skill set, you know, put yourself under pressure. Get out of your comfort zone. Don't just expect to do the things you know you can do well. Put a bit of pressure on yourself to extend that. You'll be needing it for the next tournament. There's no point in sitting in a comfort zone if you want to climb up this table. So great words in there. And I'll be expecting the Danish to do something similar as well. Just continue to hold on to that ball, create some opportunities for them to go through. As we see GB getting ready for the kickoff for this second half. And we're off. Nice high kick this time. Just knocked backwards by Denmark, but they managed to get a little escape. Powering through. Has she got the wheels to go the whole way? She looks like she does. She's got to look out for the defensive cover coming over. But Elmbach has managed to get the whole way under the post from the kickoff. That's a great start for Denmark.
Yeah, great work by Charlotte Woodman, who's trying to catch Elmbach there, but Elmbach does well to keep the line outside and then finishes under the post. Really good run from her, and Denmark extend their lead very early in that second half.
Yeah, from a GB point of view, you've got to be disappointed there. You had the numbers in defense, but you couldn't manage to just hold on to that player. It's an individual error here. We see rushing up for the ball. There's 3 defenders, 3 attackers, but 2 of them rushing up and just overshooting, leaving that space for Elmbach just to put her head back and go under the post for a try. And the conversion was also successful, which could prove valuable at the end of this game. So, Denmark with the kickoff again. Reasonable height in it, maybe just a bit too long for the chasers. And Team G get a chance to just control this ball for a moment, get some composure back as they move it out to the left-hand side. It's all a little static, but slow to the breakdown. Now they've got a little bit of speed going, a little bit of movement. There we see the speed that they can do through Woodman. Offloading. However, looks like there was a little knock on there, Robbie.
It does, but even more impressive, we see again, there's a massive crowd behind that Danish team right now cheering that knock-on on. They're really happy to see their team performing. It's so cool to see all the teams coming with their fans. Hey, as well as Sweden just now on the other side of the field, there was a big group of supporters, family members that travel all the way down to support here. And with Denmark as well, it's really cool to see that these smaller nations that are not high up in the rankings, they have that big of a support group with them.
Yeah, just on that far side, exactly where the scrum is, we're seeing the Denmark flags. You can see 3 of them there. Just after that, we're calling it a knock-on. It was actually a little forward pass. However, Denmark get the ball now in front of their supporters. I'm sure they're screaming at them. And now moving it back to this side, taking them to the 15-meter channel, trying to open up some space. Good tackle this time from GB. However, holding on to the ball for Denmark. GB will be a little more happy with that as we see Hesketh taking the tap and go and just getting this game moving. Nice pass from Inman out there. She gave us a hard time yesterday for not giving her the compliments that she deserved after her lovely try. Just talking about her missed tackle, so we'll not be doing that today. Passes were a bit better up to that point. However, just at the toes, and that's very difficult for Hyatt to bend down that far to pick the ball, and just losing a little bit of accuracy as we see that pass coming from Evans to Hyatt, unfortunately not to hand. Frustrating, I would say, from Team GB. That's what they would expect a little bit better than this. They've got the individuals, some of them playing at a very high standard. They maybe haven't had the time to gel and play. We'd hope that when they come to split, they'll keep a similar squad and they can actually gel a little bit better, as we see the gymnast going down the outside again. Can she make it in the whole way? And it looks like she can. Fantastic play there once again.
Yes, that's a great try. Agostino there on the wing. An absolute physical dominance. Bumps off the grip in defense. And then drops it down the far corner with a very fancy finish as well. It's really cool. And look at that little scudder step. And then using all her power to go through the defender. And that's a drippy finish as well. It's staying on her feet.
Yeah, it's a nice little score. It's definitely a different finish. Not seen too many of those, possibly from her gymnastics days, who knows. But it's a great try going on the outside, and as you said, defend, you know, that hand, the power. Not a normal thing that we see from GB. Usually they're quite good when it comes to the one-on-ones, but on this occasion, possibly a bit of tiredness setting in, a bit of frustration. Denmark seem to be up for this more than GB.
And it's crazy to see. We were so surprised by Denmark taking on GB in the first match and giving them a real fight and only just losing it. And now we see Denmark actually dominating GB, so there was a great development throughout the tournament by them as well, which is really impressive to see.
Yep, GB stringing their passes together a little bit better now. Not really gaining too much ground, but keeping hold of ball, which is important. Very important at this occasion, as we see the speed to the breakdown a little better. However, on this occasion, Danish player, can't see who it is, getting in there to win that turnover.
Kragelund, isn't it? Kragelund, apologies.
Kragelund there, just winning as Inman takes it in. Nice little offload. However, the speed to the breakdown there was really good.
Yeah, she's really good at that. She won a couple of tournaments this weekend already. This is one of her big strengths.
Yeah, we're seeing a couple of changes coming on there, some fresh legs for Team GB. Woodman and Sinclair going back to the game again. Yeah, there's a huge amount of ability in this team for GB. But the Danish are no slouches either. They've obviously got a desire. I was watching them just about 2 or 3 games ago before they went to their warm-up. They've got the music pumping. They've got smiles on their faces. They're just mainly delighted to be here. But then that smile is now transforming onto the field, where we're seeing some great play as we see Anahura taking it into contact, moving it back to the 15 channels on the outside, far side from where we are. Speed to the breakdown is good. Reload is good. However, that press from GB is excellent. Cuts off any pass that would want to go outside. This could be another Another opportunity just to set it up again and try and get it wide. Instead, they take the inside option, just setting it up, just keeping control of this ball. However, GB on this occasion, hands on that ball, and it was the substitute Sinclair coming on. I believe she has Scottish heritage. Moving the ball out wide, a little bit of a loose pass to in there. Esketh needs to be a bit more accurate with her passes. Ball's getting moved back to the near side. They're putting some pace on it. Nice little skip on the inside, then the outside from Pritchard. Now we're going to the outside channel. Rosie Inman holding on to ball, setting it up for her teammates. A little bit loose, it's a little bit loose. They need to get a little bit better control on it.
Use it.
Again, it's good that GB are holding on to the ball, but they're not making huge inroads at the moment. It's very static. I'd like to see someone coming on at pace and just making a difference. However, the Danish look to have sneaked that one. Looks like a penalty to Denmark. I suspect we'll see a little tap, and this ball will get kicked out of the park, and we might just hear quite a loud cheer. What do you think, Robbie?
I'm surprised they're going for the scrum, actually. So now it seems like they're looking to attack again. Score one more try. It is their last game of the tournament. They won't be playing after this. They have the game secured. Even if they get a score against them, Great Britain won't win this game. So it looks like they just want to enjoy themselves for a little longer.
Yeah, good on them. Yeah, certainly from a crowd's point of view and from our point of view, that's great. But I think from an athletic body type point of view, I'd be getting this ball off the park. I wouldn't want to play more minutes than I have to when I've already put some points on the board. I've shown what I can do. And I think on this occasion, it'll be tapping, off you go. There we go. Number 9 there. Kragelund just saying, enough is enough. We've got our win.
It's not only a win, it's a very convincing win against the team they lost on the first day in a very narrow match. So they must be really proud, really happy to get that victory finally over Great Britain. They've shown they have the potential to beat them on Friday, and now on Sunday they executed and actually beat them.
Yeah, well played to Denmark there. They've beaten GB. That puts them into the 9th position, did we say?
9th, yes.
Well done to them as they take that into split for the next tournament. I'm going to take a break here, hand you over to Dennis for the next match. So if we'd said at the start of this tournament that Denmark are going to finish 9th, would you be happy with that?
Oh, we're so proud and so pleased. We really believe this would happen. We've really been fighting for this plot. Deserved it and just been building within this group, but like a 9th. We're so proud. Coming in as number 12, unbelievable.
Exactly, you've come down as 12th seed or come into the tournament as 12th seed. You've gone away as 9th seed. They've got to be happy with that. And we've got a try scorer next to us as well. Can you score any more tries in the next tournament?
I can try.
I think there's a lot more to come from you. I was watching before the game. You girls were really enjoying yourself. The music's going. Have you enjoyed your time in Hamburg?
We've loved Hamburg. It's been a bit testing with the rain, but we're used to it coming from Denmark. Just been enjoying it, trusting the process, and having our best fun.
Absolutely. You go on to split there. I really do wish you all the best there. Hope you can get some more points, climb those rankings. Let's get into the quarterfinals next time. Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well done.
Meanwhile, we're on with the 9th place final, and Ukraine facing Czech Republic. Ukraine fielding the kickoff, but straight away under pressure, and a huge hit by the Czechs forced the turnover. So Czechs with a good attacking position. However, Ukraine, which had been very good so far, with the turnover straight away, and now they can try to clear their lines. This is going to be a physical matchup, and for both teams, it's about collecting vital points to stay up in this Rugby Europe Championship. Ukrainians struggling a little bit to get out of their own 22, and now conceding the turnover. Very good jackal by Czech Republic's Maxim Aschenbrenner. And looks like Czech Republic's about to score in the corner. Number 4, Adam Miratsky, making this turnover count. Czech Republic up 5-0 with 2 minutes on the clock.
First try, Czechia scored by number 4, with Adam Miratsky.
The Czechs putting the ball through their hands quickly after that turnover. Cutting out a player in the process. Difficult conversion coming up now. And he does not get a good connection. It stays 5-0 Czech Republic. Ukraine, newly promoted side. Yesterday with an impressive win over Poland. And some decent rugby, Robert, even though they could not gather another win. What are your thoughts so far on this team?
Yeah, the Ukrainians, they've been shown by quite a mixture of things. They look like a very physical side, they're very big boys, but they do show at times they have a very skillful players. They can move the ball, they like to play with the offload, they like to attack space, they have some great footwork. There's heaps of potential in the Ukrainian team.
Yeah, I think one situation comes to mind where Yevhen Davidov did a bit of a Brian O'Driscoll moment, faking the pass to himself and then playing the offload for the try. If you haven't seen that try, you can find it on the Rugby Europe Instagram, Facebook channel, or the YouTube. Probably one of the tries of the tournament so far here in Hamburg.
Yeah, that was class.
And now the Ukrainians forced to do the first change after injury. Famyuk coming on for not quite sure, to be honest. Can't see it from here. However, Famyuk also has been a stalwart for the Ukrainian team. They go to the set piece and get a line out just inside Czech Republic's half. Very decent line out throw and good position for the Ukrainians to attack. However, the Czechs rush up quickly, wrap around play, and Ukraine gets caught way behind the gay line. But good work off the ball. Ukrainians back into position deep, attacking the line with intent. Looking good here, and might get a penalty here for not rolling. Ovarchuk, who has also been one of the better Ukrainian players, tempted to take the quick tap, however, decides to calm things down and again go to the set piece. Given that the first line out worked very well, probably a good shot choice. What do you think, Robert?
Yeah, I was going to say, we saw this before, that the line was working really well. So this is a good opportunity to gain some territory and then set the platform from there.
Yeah. Czech Republic number 5, Patrick Brucha, just getting stuck on the ruck there, preventing the ball from coming out quickly, and in sevens, there's not much tolerance for that. So a bit more scrappy line out, however, it stays Ukrainian ball, I was going to say. They can't have it under control, but they clean up, albeit a good 30-40 meters back. So, but again, Ukrainians working well off the ball. And a big hit coming in on Ovarchuk. The Czechs trying to go for the turnover, however failing to do so. They might have a problem with their numbers outside now. But Czechs again defending well, and this time they do get the turnover. That was a little bit hasty, pass going behind the back. That kind of kills the momentum a little bit. Like almost getting bundled into touch here. Ukrainians trying to go for the turnover, committing a few Czechs into the ruck, but now they're better advised to leave that situation because the Czechs are spreading it wide. Going from side to side and finding space on the outside. The try scorer, number 4, Miratsky, going deep into Ukraine's 22. However, this time again, they a little bit unlucky, going over the ruck, clearing the Czechs off the ball, but then the little knock on.
Yeah, super unlucky. He was out for all money. Because the counter was really good, the ball was available, and if he manages to pick it up, this is a very dangerous attack. Like this, it's another scrum.
Great hit by Aschenbrenner. That killed the Ukrainians' momentum and was the key for getting the turnover just after.
Stop.
See what the Czechs can do with this really handy field position. Good attacking, but the Ukrainians read the switch quite well. Aschenbrenner being caught, however, getting rid of the ball. Davidov having to defend now. And that was a little bit astray. However, Czechs still in possession, still in a good position. And Ukrainians again trying to counter-ruck. Very physical, and this time they do get the turnover. Czechs penalized for sealing off the ruck, and Ukraine can breathe again. So, if you're Ukraine, what are you doing now with just about 15 seconds to go?
I mean, they had a solid line out. They are in their own 22, but they can keep to touch. I probably would do that, set a platform with some territory gain so not playing in that danger zone, and then see if I can launch a good attack from there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Robert, there. I mean, strenuous work for both these teams on day 3 of this tournament. And a little bit hotter conditions today. I mean, we're not talking the scorching heat wave we had last week in Germany. However, still, these big Ukrainian ball carriers are happy about getting this breather. Let's see how much yardage Iverchuk, I'm not sure who's taking the kick, can get out of this one. However, going against the wind, Ukrainians 60 meters out from the line. And very old Czechs going offside here. This kick might get, unlucky bounce. It works out. And Davidov with his pace, the big man, trying to look for the offload. Does not make it quite himself. However, there must be huge gaps on the outside. Ukrainians exploiting it well. And here's the first score for the Ukrainians. Number 14. It is Yevgeny Overchuk. He has been quite the prolific player for the Ukrainians. The kick by Adajanik. First, the bounce beats his own player, but then Davidov coming out the back. He's been probably the best Ukrainian player so far. Almost makes it to the line, but then aware of the surroundings, does well to place the ball, and the Ukrainians recycle quickly for the try. We're all square. What do you think about this one, Robert?
Yeah, that was a great try. It was great effort, team effort, and individual brilliance. Look at that. They spread the ball nicely. Good draw and pass. And then it's also the power to put that ball in patience.
And conversion goes over. The Ukrainians go ahead at halftime. Maybe we can listen in a little bit, although admittedly neither of us speaks Ukrainian or Czech, but maybe you can pick up the mood within the team.
Ідеально грав, ідеально контролюємо свій темп, ідеально виходить все чітко. Будь ласка, коли ми хочемо грати з краю в край, коли получає номер 10 в глибині, 12-й номер, на вас там стріляють, просто получіть м'яч в хрест і йдіть в ту же сторону. Женя, це зараз ти там, будь ласка.
Хлопці, початок гри. Нам тільки показали, що робити. Один-два паси входить, ми ж поки свіжі. Ногою, бам, і побіжали. Вони сімнуть, раз за разом. Два рази вдарити, вони будуть 6-1 грати. Хлопці, Фома, схема.
si. Rychlost a místo. Rychlost a místo. Nádech, výdech, pojďte. Nebezpečný v tom útoku, jo, pojďte.
Pojďme.
Dolů, nádech, nahoru, Češi. Češi!
So here, a couple of the highlights of the first half. First try by the Czechs from Midatsky after a turnover, spreading it wide. And then the Ukrainian try, opportunistic kick. First, I thought unlucky bounce, however, great support play. Ball got recycled fairly quickly. Czechs were all over in defense. And a deserved score, which puts the Ukrainians, the newly promoted side, up by a single conversion. All to play for. What are your expectations for the second half? Do you think these big Ukrainians can keep up that tempo?
Hard to say. I think they can, yes. They've been showing that they're capable, moving their big bodies, and they have a very strong start here into that second half. I have no doubt that they will be able. I'm looking forward to see what Czech will do against it.
A little bit surprised about the kickoff. Wasn't really trying, weren't really trying to compete there. Maybe they trust the defense. Oh, tripping there at the back of the ruck, and ball comes a little bit loose. However, Ukrainians penalized, I think, for, I'm not sure, being offside on one. And the Czechs now playing with intent and space. That will be dangerous for the Ukrainians to defend. And again, Miratsky, and again he makes it over the line. Looks like no love lost between those two teams. So Ukraine conceding the penalty deep inside the Czech half. Czechs turning defense into offense very quickly, nicely playing through the hands, exploiting the space. And once again, it's Miratsky who dots down for the 5-pointer. Again, difficult conversion. Czech number 11, Matej Cernal, tries his luck, however, does not get a good connection, and the ball is pretty far wide, left-hand side of the uprights. So, with more than 5 minutes to play, the Czechs back in control, however, up by only 3 points, so all to play for both teams. Good contest in the air, advantage for the Ukrainians, scrum advantage, I presume.
No, release.
And they do get the ball, checks up very quickly. I think that was one of the, Davidov breaking tackles, showing his pace, the big man, and it looks like he's gonna make it all the way. Desperate ankle tap, however, he makes it all the way, crosses the line, dots down for Ukraine's second try, and Ukraine back ahead. That did not take much.
Again, great individual brilliance. Talked about is Brian O'Driscoll's dummy pass to himself earlier. There's something similar here. Just attacks, changes the line, dummy passes, and goes through. Well done.
Has the ball in both hands, points to where he wants to pass, and just baffles the Czech defender that little bit. Great work across, back from the Czechs. Miratsky claiming that there was a knock-on. Oh. And it looks like the referee agrees with him. That got cancelled out. To be honest, I didn't see it that way. However, Miratsky pointed it out to the referee, and it seems like the referee agreed.
Time on. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Yeah. So apparently, when dotting it down, Davidov made a hash of it. That is a bit, I guess from a Ukrainian point of view, frustrating, especially given that it was the answer straight away to Czech's try, and now Czech Republic with a good attack, trying the offload, but overdoing it a little bit. However, Ukrainians playing it fast and loose, and it looks like it might pay off, although no. Yaroslav Davidov, the second Davidov, apart from his brother Yevgen, gets caught up. And
Release now,
Here's
release.
Hamburg. Bit of a loose pass, however, cleaned up well.
Release.
Czechs trying to hold up, but failing to do so.
Use it. Release.
Stay, standing up, strong in contact. Or the Czechs again making a mess, but here pretty obviously working off their feet. Trying to make a mess of the ruck, but however that backfires here. So if you're the Ukrainians, what are you doing now?
You probably want to score a try here as quick as possible. So pick a set piece, you either go to the line out again, as that's been working quite well in the first half. Or you opt for a scrum, draw them in, and then see if you can get some set piece magic going.
Yeah, we have a Czech player down, being treated right now. However, I think he gets back to his feet. It's number 1, Maxim Aschenbrenner. And here we see, oh yeah, he did, oh yes. Oh.
Number 5.
Yeah, that is, yeah, Miratsky is working back. Seemingly chasing a lost cause, however, preventing the try, so if the Czechs end up winning this one, this might have been the salvaging effort. Hamburg with the line out. I think, oh, and he catches the Czech snapping, tries to get up again.
Release. Go out.
And the Czechs hack through, again making a mess of the breakdown. It's been a bit of a theme for them, but they are successful with it, so why change a winning strategy? And now they made too much of a hash of it, and the ball goes back to Ukraine with a little more than 2 minutes to play. Good opportunity.
Yeah, more of a chaotic game now in the second half. Hey, a lot of scrums, a lot of stoppages. You see that fatigue's creeping in.
Come on, come on.
It's I mean, it's a pretty even contest. So looks like whoever has a bit more stamina and a bit more power of will in this last game for these two teams will end up prevailing.
Bind. Set.
Exactly 2 minutes for the Ukrainians.
Use it.
Nice switchback, and through goes Adajinik. There is the try that they just missed earlier. So Ukraine finally rewarding themselves for all the effort they've been putting in.
Yeah, they're making up for Davidov's unfortunate knock-on goal earlier. This time, no problem with the dot down. Attacking hard, switching late, so it's a hard tackle, and powering over and making absolutely sure that ball is under control while he goes down.
Yeah, a second mishap along those lines would have been a bit catastrophic. So a bit of wind coming up, however, the conversion is good. So Ukraine going up 14-10. Flip side of that, the Czechs have a minute, and a try, unconverted try, will do it for them. So Ukraine defending for their lives as the newly promoted side, and 9th place finish would be very impressive. So where do you kick now? And they're choosing somewhat long, however, almost contestable. And that offload, again, was quite brave given the scoreboard and the clock. So Czechs got the whole white side to attack. Hamburg covering. That looks like it was lost forward by the Czechs. That is very messy. I think the ref has to make a call here, and that looked like a blatant. That looked like a knock-on, to be quite honest.
Czech has space outside. This is great pace here.
But now the Ukrainians seem to have, and ooh, again the call goes the other way. With the hooter.
And this is a chance to win the game, and they do win the game. I cannot believe we see another last-minute victory. It's another comeback. We've seen so many of them this weekend.
Heartbreak for the Ukrainians. They probably feel hard done by, given that there seemed to have been a knock-on in the build-up to this one. However, Czechs don't really care and pounce with the very, very last try.
Yeah, it is harsh, hey? Adam Koplet scoring this try, breaking Ukrainian hearts. And you have to remember, Ukrainian, they broke the line for Davidov once they were through. They had another try, which was taken away because he failed to dot it down properly. And then there's a critical knock-on that might have been happened in this leading up to this try. So Ukraine will be really, really disappointed. Nevertheless, Czech not stopping to play until the end. Well-deserved victory as well. It takes some qualities, takes some character to stay in the game for this long. So they do deserve to win this game, and therefore this final.
And we'll go on now with the next 7th place playoff.
Portugal taking on the Czechs. Portugal playing in their red shirts. Czechs in blue, fielding the kickoff. We now, first of all, interview for the previous game.
So Jakob, a good win in the end there, but was 9th place what you were looking for from this tournament?
It's not actually the place we were looking for, but we have to take it and we have to come back stronger next tournament, you know. So yeah, definitely not the result we wanted, but we're gonna take it.
What do you think you need to do better when you go to Split to get higher up in the rankings?
Definitely have to switch on from the first game. We weren't really here in the first game against Germany, and more likely the first day against Spain as well. But yeah, we have to switch on the first day and definitely have to be more dangerous in the attack and aggression in the defense.
Well, we look forward to seeing you in Split. We hope you do come back stronger and make it into those quarterfinals. Good luck with the recovery. Good luck with the training for 2 weeks' time. Cheers.
So in Portugal off, underway here. Mota Marquez with the fend, with the collision. And recycling well here, little inside ball, looking for the hard line. Well covered by the Czech defence. And a hotly contested breakdown there, and Czechia being awarded the penalty. So Czechia looking to get off the mark here. We've had just about 2 minutes played in the 7th place final. And Czechia are off playing with the tap, with the hard ball. Drawing in 1, 2 Portuguese defenders. Stepping on the inside, looking for the offload. And Czechia really are working hard here, progressing up the park well. Good defence from Portugal, maybe getting trapped on the wrong side of the ruck there, but the referee waves play on. Oh, and again, looking for hard, crashing lines. And back to the right-hand side, so working these tight channels. Czechia with the fend, with the offload. And still in possession, controlling this ball well, looking for an opportunity. If they keep the control like this, they will find one eventually. And offside.
Yeah, that was... Czechia was kind of running out of options here, and Portugal just gifted them 10 meters. A little bit unfortunate. However, Czechs happy to pounce here, and about to score number 4, Teresa Batrova. And she's wise enough to run all the way around and under the sticks. So Czechs with 3.5 minutes on the clock, taking the lead.
Yeah, and that's what kickers always love to see, making their job a little bit easier. She has the presence of mind, as you say, just to, after the fend on Mota Marquez there, to run under the posts, unchallenged, making the kick that little bit easier. These 2 points can be crucial, especially when it comes down to finals.
As we've seen in the last game, where that was only decided by 1 point. Yeah, Portuguese will be a little bit disappointed with themselves. They were defending quite well. The Czechs seem to be running out of options, one-off runners, and then just giving away a silly, silly penalty offside. And then the Czechs say thank you very much, spread the ball and score.
Yeah, and we're back underway here, so Portugal with the opportunity now to attack Da Costa. Da Costa charging forward. She's strong in the contact as ever. That was Costa. And a little knock on there. That's really unfortunate. Yeah. Czechia pounce on the loose ball and they transition into attack. Again, going right here, working the tight spaces before opening it up.
Yeah, I think the advantage probably was gone by now.
Yeah, absolutely. They played the phase there. You don't have a long advantage in sevens rugby, especially from a knock-on.
Yeah, the Czechs wasting the opportunity a little bit. And the Portuguese making it out of their 22 for the first time, really.
Yeah, good post-contact meters in that, with a good leg drive there in the collision.
However, the Czechs keep rushing up there, not giving any space, and it yields results. Portugal cough up the ball, and Katarina Prunarova says, thank you, we'll take those 5 points. Again, profiting off of a Portuguese mistake, not knocking around, straight away going for it.
Yeah, slightly scrappy. We saw mistakes from both sides there, but Czechia quickest to react. Great presence of mind. She sees the opportunity, one fend, the second fend, and she just cruises in under the sticks.
Yeah.
There we go, one hand off, the second, and try time.
Steps Da Costa there, who does not have an answer to the speed. 14-0 up with the conversion, so a solid lead with about a minute to go in the first half.
There's another good kickoff fielded by Da Costa. A little bit of hesitation there from the Portuguese. They'll need to really up the tempo here, up the intensity a little bit if they're to make up for this 2-try deficit.
Yeah.
That pass just going against the referee, and in situations like this, that we do restart with a scrum for the team that was in possession.
Yeah, that was, I mean, Da Costa is probably Portugal's best ball carrier. She has the opportunity in a bit of a run-up, but just gives an unconvincing pass, shifts, like basically passes on the opportunity and the responsibility. I think she should have just trucked it up a little with more conviction, make the gain line, and just give her team a platform.
And that's a powerful scrumming coming in from Czechia. Portugal just about holding out and retaining possession.
Yeah. Mariana Santos going into contact, getting dealt with well. However, Czechs penalized at the breakdown, and again coughing up the ball. And Czech Republic number 14, Beata Dietrichova. Third try for the Czechs, and each and every of these tries came straight off a mistake by the Portuguese.
Yeah, Portugal really struggling just to keep possession, and we say this all the time, but in sevens rugby, possession really is everything. If you can control the ball, then you will control the game. And Czechia doing exactly that, feeding off the errors from the Portuguese side.
And blowing the kiss in the process to the crowd. Last outing here for both teams.
Yep,
last chance to enjoy the Hamburg sunshine and the vociferous crowd.
Yeah, the third conversion was successful as well. It's 21-0 at half-time. Let's listen to the huddles.
Okay? You respect the plan. You play correctly in attack. Short pass, reaction on the support. You decide to take initiative. It's perfect. Continue as that in second half time. Okay? In defense, it's good. You defend one time correctly. You press. You recover the ball. So continue so. The challenge is to don't consider try during the second half time, okay? With the same level of efficiency in defense. And we continue in attack, go forward, pass in contact, as you play, okay? Maintain this, okay? It's very important. 3 substitutions, Vera to Aneshka.
Saída, só já com um bocadinho nada mais largura para poder se enquadrar melhor e meter mais pressão, está bem? Mais uma vez baixar a altura da placagem e atacar direto de joelhos para parar a portador da bola. Do ponto de vista do ataque, só um bocadinho nada mais calma na transmissão, naquela 50-50, se devemos reciclar. Se demorarmos a tirar do chão no ruck, então temos que atacar. Ou somos mais rápidas a reciclar no ruck para apanhar a defesa andar para trás.
Yeah, so quite interesting to hear Lionel Perron, the French coach of the Czech ladies, he was basically lauding his team for respecting the plan, being quite efficient, and he challenged his ladies to finish off this tournament without conceding another point.
That's quite a challenge, isn't it? Yes. That's exactly what they'll need to do here if they want to turn it around. They are 21 points behind. That's 3 converted tries just to level the game. Gartnerova looking for the turnover there.
Having a little wee look at the German referee.
Her eyes almost asking the question, weren't they?
Yeah, and she did not get the call. However, the Czechs are putting Portugal under pressure. They're running with a little more conviction. I like this more. I mean, the breather helps, but straight away stripped strong by Hravankova. And now the Czechs back on the attack, again feeding off the scraps that Portugal has been providing.
And here's the opportunity. They've created 2-on-1,
nice
and she just coasts through. It's the number 2, Katarina Prunarova, for the try, and that just extends Czechia's lead here in the 7th place final. 26-0, conversion still to come. I don't think they'll have any issues with that. It's right under the posts.
Yeah, Prunarova with her second try. I struggle to see Portugal coming back on this one. I mean, for the first time they ran with a little more conviction, making the gain line. However, that strip cost them dearly, unorganized after the turnover. And Prunarova using the opportunity, throwing a slight dummy, a bit of a handoff, and then the gap appeared, and she had no issues finishing.
Yeah, it's a tall order now for Portugal to get back in this one. They're 28 points down. We only have just over 5 minutes left on the clock, and that is positive play, but it's not really challenging this disciplined Czech side.
Yeah, Maria Joao Costa with a really good ball carry. However, really lacking options to play to. But now, just as I say that, again Da Costa.
Oh, getting the hands free for Costa.
But then just the inaccuracies creeping in again.
They show a lot of promise, and then it's only a matter of time until the next mistake comes, but that's worked out well for them. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck on your side. That's Raquel dos Santos. Raquel dos Santos with the try for Portugal. They get off the mark and reduce the deficit slightly here. They've still got the work cut out. But if they can change the momentum here, anything can happen. Oh, that is bitterly disappointing. They need all the points they can get.
Yeah, as you guys are seeing the replay, we're already watching the conversion from just in front of the post. Just doesn't get a good connection, and it goes wide.
Bitterly disappointing for the Portuguese after working so hard to try and get back in this game. That means they will still need 4 scores.
In just about 4 minutes. So, however, clever little kickoff that pins the Czechs back in their own half.
It does pin the Czechs back, but right now Portugal really needing possession and not just territory. So that gives the ball back to Czechia. And like you said, we've got under 4 minutes to play. They require 4 scores.
Yeah, they need to get the ball here at this set piece. However, the Czechs very secure here.
Yeah, and a very smart line out, just taking the ball to ground there. They know time is on their side, the scoreboard is as well. So just keeping it secure, controlling possession, and they get the penalty. The Portuguese player not rolling away quick enough.
Getting a little bit desperate. I'm surprised the Czechs take it quickly. However, the results prove them right. One might say, however, Bolfova gets caught by Portugal.
But Rigatova powers through, profiting from the offload. Good support play. We've seen her do that a couple of times this weekend. She always just seems to pop up on the shoulder of the player that makes the break.
Yeah, Mota Marques, first of all, hugely influential there, getting all the way back. I mean, she looked like for a second she was chasing a lost cause, but managing to outpace the wee Czech. But they end up scoring, and that definitely is the decision done and dusted here. Czechs will take 7th place in Hamburg.
Absolutely, and Bolfova with the original break, and then just finished off by Rigatova. She's had a great tournament. She's an experienced player on the series, and as you say, there's no way back for this. Czechia can maybe just enjoy it now. And again, pressure. Oh, but
she does well.
Unfortunately, a little disconnect. You saw one player just rushing out to the defensive line.
Maria
that gives
Santos.
an opportunity for Portugal. Maria Santos in for the try. And Portugal, that's a consolation for them, but still, she'll be happy with that individual effort.
Yeah, she enjoyed that broken play, that disjointed defense in front of her. Just could use her pace, her sidestep.
Yeah, and a much better take from that scrappy play, like you said. She enjoyed that. Look at that sprinting technique, lovely running mechanics.
Yeah, probably the first time she really had some open grass in front of her.
And this time Portugal do convert from just in front of the post. It's 12 points to 35. We have 1.5 minutes left to play. There's no way back for Portugal. So Czechia, like I said, time to secure this ball and enjoy the rugby. They don't manage to secure it though. It was a knock on. Maybe slightly lucky not to concede the offside penalty there in that situation as well.
Yeah.
As number 9, Rukzin, pounces on the knocked on ball. Maria Latas had already blown for the scrum, so that's slightly fortunate there.
Yeah, she was not just a few paces ahead of that knock on.
Yeah, it wasn't marginal. Oh, and Czechia winning 1 against the head. That's a powerful scrum. We've seen that from them before. And looking to attack. That's scrappy. They do recover.
Yeah. Let's see whether that might end up being a turnover. Yes, they get the call, holding on. So if you're Portugal, you really want to...
Unfortunate. The pass just going astray from Mata. The opportunity was there, the thought was good, the execution just once more letting the Portuguese down.
Yeah, I'm surprised. She's quite the big ball carrier, and with a meter out from the line, I'm surprised she did want to distribute the pass. Maybe her teammate was also switching a little bit off, because I would have expected her to go for it with her physicality. And also the pass went forward, apparently. That's why we're restarting with the scrum.
Yeah, forward into touch, wasn't it? So errors on errors, unfortunately, for Portugal. And the scrum half just hacking that ball off the pitch for Czechia.
She'd seen enough.
Yeah. So they get Czechia with 7th place here, Portugal with 8th. All to play for both these teams, looking forward towards split. They'll be happy with their tournaments, but not delighted. There's a lot to work on for both sides. And we'll continue with the men's tournament. It'll be the 7th place final there as well. Back for you in just 1 or 2 minutes.
Das Spiel der Herren auf Platz 7. Zwischen Zypern und Georgien.
Back to the men's competition here in Hamburg. Great Britain against Georgia, the 7th place final. I'd say Great Britain almost slightly fortunate to progress this far this weekend. They've not had the strongest of tournaments, but they're playing for 7th place. Georgia slightly unlucky. They topped their group, winning 3 from 3. The next game went their way as well, and then unfortunately just losing out narrowly in the last dying moments of the game against Italy. So they will feel confident coming into this game. They showed great form this weekend. Just one result not quite going their way, which leaves them playing for 7th place rather than the cup. It'll be interesting to see for Georgia who they start at scrum half. That is the position of the legend of the game, Sozo Matiashvili. But we've seen his understudy, Modibadze, with some lively performances, causing real headaches for the opposition. It'll be interesting to see who takes on that playmaker role. I'm sure we'll see them change in the course of the game. And it is indeed the younger of the two playmakers. It'll be Modibadze. As the teams take to the field, Edwin van der Speck from Holland, from Netherlands, taking control of this. But before the game gets underway, we will go to an interview on pitch side.
We're here with Klara Gutnikova from the Czech team, who just got the W against the Portuguese. What are your thoughts after this match?
I think we get us mood higher, so now it's fine. We are happy, and after all, yeah, it was a nice game and nice tournament, I think.
So overall, your performance at the Hamburg Sevens, what do you think?
Like, we had higher expectations, I'm not gonna lie, but I think it was nice. For me, it was first tournament with women's team, so yeah, I think it was nice.
Congratulations on that win, and enjoy the rest of the day in Hamburg.
Thank you.
So back to the action here. What a lovely interview from one of the newcomers in that Czechia women's team. And we see a scrum for Georgia after the early error from Great Britain.
Crouch!
There we see it again once more. Really unfortunate. Unnecessary, but that's almost been the story of Great Britain's weekend, unfortunately, really struggling to get into the flow of things here. And that is the man I told you about, Modibadze, the young scrum half.
Move to!
Causing real issues for the British defence. And now Georgia looking to move it right, but the defence rushing up, which forces a carry in the centre, cutting out the options out wide. And now Georgia do ship it. Golden Clark putting on pressure in that breakdown. On a big fend! Not quite able to beat the second tackler, but that first collision was huge. Driving towards the line, it's your big man, Zanada. And out to the left. Out to the left again. That must be a try now. It is a try. Modibadze touching down. Fantastic play by Georgia, controlling the physicality, controlling the width, controlling the breakdown, and controlling the scoreboard with that first try. The young man, Modibadze, will be delighted.
10 seconds.
There we see again, one step, another step. He's confident, isn't he? He's oozing confidence.
Yeah, hi Ian. Good to be back with you again there. Yes, there's definitely some confidence in that team, that's for sure. Nice to see him going over for a try there. 2 minutes into the game. And it looks like the conversion was good as well, so that takes them up to 7-0 for this Georgian team. Well played.
Indeed, very well played. Like I said, Georgia did top their group, so they're just disappointed not to be playing in the cup here. That'll make them a little bit happier as they look forward to split already.
Yeah, you go
And
side
once
in
more
your
the
feet.
Georgian penalty
Your player goes side in,
as the
straight off feet,
British
kills the ball.
supporting player goes off his feet. I didn't quite catch a number, but that'll frustrate the coach. Modibadze with a nice deep pass. Coming back to the left-hand side, slightly lucky with a bounce pass there, going well to hand. And Georgia finding the floor, so Britain having to release. Modibadze once more, distributing beautifully. Kakaridze. Oh, Amonia looking for the offload, not quite able to catch it cleanly. That was unfortunate. He found himself in the right pitch, in the right position on the pitch. Oh, and that is the intercept. The opportunity was there for Great Britain. Great Britain coming away now very well with through Monya now. Monya just slowing it down a little bit, passing back on the inside.
Slipped up.
That's a high shot. And Great Britain come away again.
Play the advantage.
There must be space out wide now. If they can only just move the ball. And now they do. Golden Clark for a sprint for the line. He'll win this one. Golden Clark gets in. Britain are off the mark.
Yeah, a little bit scrappy in there, but at the same time, they're finding their feet. They're slowly getting there, slowly starting to move that ball into the wider channels there. You could see that Lewis Wells was trying his hardest to get that ball out wide to Golden Clark. And eventually got the opportunity to throw the pass. It was a lovely pass to his hand, and he had a relatively easy 10-meter stride into the line. So GB with their points on the board now.
Yeah, and unfortunate for Monya there with the strike, not quite getting that as cleanly as he'd like. Oh, here we see it. Sorry, I'm a little bit early again. That's a replay of the conversion that was just taken in front of us. But Monya was influential in that try, making the break, slowing it down. So Georgia now 2-point lead only. Modibadze again getting his hands free and offloading nicely. Kakaridze, and they recycle quickly, keeping the ball alive, forcing the British defence to work that little bit harder, and they do make the break now, charging down the line, offloading. And another offload that I think Golden Clark might have just touched that. No, he didn't. It was already out, and it will be British ball.
Yeah, it's a lovely little break down the outside there as we see the replay of Samsiani just going down the line and then bitting the offload in. Trying to get Arkvadze, just trying to get that offload out the back there, didn't quite make it. Did come off of a GB player, so it will be a Georgian throw in a very dangerous position.
Good ball off the top of that line out. Just overrunning it slightly in the centres, which forced that big loopy pass. And this is Arkvadze. Arkvadze with a good little grubber kick, regathering, but then just fumbling the ball forward under pressure. British scrum. They live to fight another day. That was a positive attack there from the Georgians. They're really testing the British team, but not really making the breakthroughs that they've been hoping for.
Yeah, a little change of tactic there, trying the grubber. Just first one was good, second one just went between the British player's legs there, but he couldn't gather it. And unfortunately for Georgia, it was a little turnover for Team GB. However, yeah, they're in definitely in a good attacking position there. I'm not so sure they wanted to kick that away at that point. I'd like to see them keeping it in their hands at the moment, just generating more play and really trying to break down this GB as we see GB feed the scrum just out from their own try line.
Yeah, and Georgia going to the bench already, bringing on some fresh legs, and Nokarashvili. I didn't quite see who left the park, but that's who's come on. Running back quickly with loads of time here. It's a Georgian wee man. I keep talking about him, Modebadze. Oh, that pass has just drifted forward. How unfortunate. They had loads of space down that left-hand side. So both teams showing a lot of promise, but it's not quite gelling yet for either, is it, Andy?
Yeah, it's a little bit erratic. There's been a couple of good passages of play, but it's not really, as you said, gelling together. It's not smooth, free-flowing at the moment. I think it's a quiet start for both teams. We are sitting at 1 try each. And it's entertaining up to a point, but we'll listen into what the coaches have to say before we make some more comments.
From touchline, as long as we bar up defensively, we know what's coming. They are big physical dudes. Bar up defensively and we get a real opportunity. In attack, look after Pale, so that's our ball carrier, get down, present, that's our bullet win the race. Boys, we are cooking them. We are fitter than them and we play better shape. Look after Pale.
In defence, look at their body height, they're so upright, right? So upright. That gives a good chance. If we get a dominant collision, we've got 2. Go on the fucking ball.
Guys, they go to the edge, we're high. We have to get high. Stay square, boys.
Eyes on me, eyes on me.
ხოდა ბიჭო შუაში თუ არ ურტყავთ და მოძრაობით გიდო კრაიზე ჩამოვიტანოთ გავშალოთ თამაში გავშალოთ და დაუბრიდავთ რა პროსტა ვენდოთ ერთმანეთს და მივცით ეს პასი რა
ერთ-ერთ სივრცეში მივცეთ და მე მივყვეთ რა
ერთი რაც ჩანს დომინანტები ვართ ძალიან შეტევაში ძალიან
კიო გარედან მაგარი ენერგია სურა ვინჩ
So I wasn't really able to make much out of that. I hope you were able to at home, but we'll enjoy the tries again. The first one from Modebadze, and then the second one from Golden Clark. It's slightly laboured, but getting there eventually.
Yeah, just going back to half-time talks there from some Team GB again, as Ron Frostwick there just emphasising to his team they want to play high, and what that means is they really want to push the defence, push the attack back. So they want to be high up, close to the attackers that are moving that ball and really put pressure on. They feel they've got fitter players, they feel they've got more skill set than them, but they do know that Georgian possess a physical presence. So get up in their faces quickly, stop them trying to get some power going forward with speed as well.
Yeah, Gregor Johnson with a big high kick-off to get us underway here. Georgia dealing with it all right, but struggling just to get a knee down in the collision there. They're off. Good little inside step, and then a powerful collision with Monya. Britain pick up. And unfortunately, Georgia just diving on that, so Britain will, through the quick thinking of Monya, almost just shuffles under the post.
Yeah, I think he's going to get taken back. I don't think it went through the mark there, as we're seeing the referee marching him back. He just was in front, a couple of metres in front. The Georgians complaining enough to put doubt in the referee's mind. However, I think it's the right call to take him back there. But great kick, quick thinking by Monya. This is what we expect from Team GB. You know, players that can think on their feet and just go for it.
Yeah, he's a live wire, is Monya. And he plays out into the left-hand side. Great Britain on the 15-metre. Setting there.
That's fine, 18, leave it.
Contact point and losing out on this occasion. Georgia with a little bit of a get-out-of-jail card there after they were coming under real pressure. Britain numbering up well in defence here, not leaving any big opportunities, but Georgia with real pace and intent. Oh, this looks like it might be the first try of the half if they can finish this one off. They've got loads of space. The British defence isn't organised. Oh, and Britain in fringe, yeah, they will concede a yellow card for that one, as it was such a good try-scoring opportunity.
Yeah, they were just killing that ball. The referee really had no choice but to dish out a yellow card there, just slowing everything down. They were waiting for their teammates to get back, and killing it like that is just not very helpful for the game, that's for sure, and definitely not helpful for his teammates here as we see the replay. Just lying there, not making an attempt to get up properly, and just diving back over on the ball.
Guys, number 10, stop.
I'm sure he'll claim that he slipped, as we saw there, but he didn't really make an attempt to get back onto his feet, and puts GB down to 6 players for the next 2 minutes. Great opportunity for Georgia just to force a score in here.
Yeah, 5 minutes left to play, just over. Georgia have the 2-point advantage anyway. Now they're man up, so this is a really, really crucial phase of the game. The next 2 minutes mean everything for the result.
Yeah, guys, back on.
Yeah, Barakaji just at the scrum half position there. I suspect, like we can see Matishashvili just over the top of the scrum there. I suspect that he'll be taking the ball wide and then setting up a little bit of contact. Not quite what I was expecting there, I have to say, with that extra man, but something they wanted to try. A strong, powerful team managed to get a bit of go forward.
It's a knock on 9, it's in front.
Great reactions there from Great Britain to pounce on that loose ball. It was Gregor Johnston, but they've coughed it up again, and Georgia do come away with a try, so that was very messy from both sides, but Georgia thriving on that in this occasion. Coming out with the points, it's 12 points to 5. Britain still down a player, and Georgia capitalising.
Yeah, it was a scrum half there. Barbarkadze just showing the power to get over that line there after GB had infringed again. Lucky not to get a second yellow card, but the ball was played quick enough that the referee didn't have time to react to that. And we're seeing Matishashvili as he popped the kick over.
I think he's just slid it wide. It looked like a good strike from our angle, but I didn't see the flag going up. From the young German linesman.
Still 12-5, so
it does remain 12 points to 5. It's a 7-point advantage, so it's a converted try difference. As we see the experienced Matishashvili getting a little bit of treatment in the midfield.
If he wants to be sub, let's walk off, yeah, then we can play.
He looks to be holding his groin or thigh area, so that looks to be a muscular injury. And he will be replaced once more by the man who started the game at scrum half.
Wait for the time.
It is Modibadze returning, and Sozo Matishashvili forced back out onto the bench.
I like this tactic from Georgia. Kick it deep, make GB play from their own half. Unfortunately, though, it's gone right over to the try line.
It was almost perfectly weighted, just went a metre too far. Frostwick pushing away his opponent as he tries to get to the halfway line to take that tap.
Yeah, working hard to get there, weren't they, GB? Really want to put some points on this board.
Yeah, they want to keep the pace up now. And they're through for the next try. The game, they'll look to let us under the post, so they should level it up with the conversion. That was Murray Waugh with the score. So Britain right back in this. It's anyone's game right now.
He's back on. Yes.
And when Britain just manage to keep hold of the ball, they do look dangerous.
Yeah, they can be dangerous. I think we've said this all weekend, you know, that they're a group of individuals. It's not really bonded as a team fully. However, they're looking a bit more like a team just now. You know, when Frostwick went for that quick tap, you saw 4, 5 guys up there with them straight away. They're working hard, they're trying. And this is a good test for them, like a team like Georgia, who have got a physical presence. And it's a good game at 12-12. There's both sides all to play for. I couldn't tell you which way it's going to go at this point in time.
Yeah, it's a good game. We've got 2 minutes left to play, 2 minutes 15 seconds. anyone's game. It's all about controlling the possession at this point. And then flicking the switch when you get the opportunity. And here we see Georgia doing exactly that. They're just building patiently, moving the ball from side to side. And he is a big, big boy. But well dealt with by the British defence. And Georgia still attacking. Controlling the ball, like I said. Modibadze again distributing nicely. Oh, and Britain come up with the ball, but it has been knocked on first. Referee blown his whistle.
Yeah, we talked earlier about the big Georgian number 15, Kivrik Kashvili. He's a big, big unit. He's strong, but he's also got some pace. He draws in defenders, takes 2 people minimum to put him down, and that usually opens up a gap somewhere on the field for another Georgian player to exploit. And on this occasion, they didn't quite get there. However, knock on from GB means it's a scrum down, Georgia ball.
Oh, and the pressure really coming on from Great Britain, but illegally so. Once more penalty for Georgia. Will they take the scrum or look to progress further up the field with the kick? They tap. Neither of the options I mentioned. And here they go. Offload and keeping the ball alive. That's slightly scrappy. And Britain able to put on some pressure after the error. It's a high tackle. Oh, it's a discipline from Britain, really letting down these late stages of the game. We've got 30 seconds left to play. Oh, Georgia almost making the break. A great little tackle. Out to the wing, Georgia. That's Modibadze, the wee scrum half. He's been a live wire, but that was slightly reckless at this point of the game. And Great Britain coming away. It's the opportunity they were looking for. Great bit of footwork there. I think that was Tom Burton. It was indeed. And now through Frostwick. Georgia able to regroup, but Britain is still keeping the ball alive and progressing up the field. Britain claiming for a deliberate knock-on there.
Guys, leave him. Guys.
And that is what you like to see, isn't it? The players care about this Murray Wall getting right up in the faces of Georgians saying, you are cheating.
I mean, there was a hand going in there. It should be a yellow card.
We do a course extra time.
However, the referee is calling the end of the game, which means it's a draw. That means we must go to extra time on this one. I think the GB player's complaining there because it was a hand in there.
Yeah, I'm slightly irritated by that decision as well. I saw the hand as well. I don't understand how that cannot be deliberate. Like, he just stretched out one individual hand. But the referee was on point, like he was right there to see it.
Yeah, we might see a little replay of that just to see exactly what happened, and could well be that it was just a hand. The ball didn't go forwards, but GB need to put that to the back of their minds here as we see the replay. Ball carried forward. Did it come off his hand? Maybe the referee said it didn't touch him.
No, he said it did touch him, but I think he claimed that it was in the tackle, that way he was wrapping his arm to make the tackle. But regardless, the decision's been made. It is what it is.
They are trying to find reasons to slow this down. We are in the well. We are in the well. I don't want to be here, boys. That's it. We live here.
Just Clarity Rich is on for Greg.
Yeah, I think it's not.
That's what should snap it. Got it. Outside. Just save the ball, okay? Damit ისიგვინა შეუდიო დავით. ხევზე კარგად გევართ, გაგრძელება შეგვიძლია. ეხლა უნდა ამოვიშვით კიდე არის 30 წამი გვაქვს. არჩვა. კარგი შესვლა და სირმიდან. სირმიდან მეტი სისტემა.
Yes? Yeah, let's make... You guys will make us up. You guys ready? Someone?
So, on the way here in extra time. And the first error coming straight away from Georgia, that'll disappoint them. Britain with the with the first attacking opportunity, it will be golden points. So the first moment that we see a try being scored, or even a drop kick from a penalty, that'll be the end of this game.
Yeah, how good it would be, and if we saw the same as yesterday with Belgium against Portugal, sorry. That would be great when it took us to 9 minutes of extra time.
I don't know if my voice will be able to handle that, Andy. But here we go, Great Britain. They won't want to play as much rugby as that today. Frostwick. Oh, good hands there just to control that ball. You almost lost it. That's Murray Waugh.
Onside, no hands.
Burton spreading the ball out wide, and we see an opportunity here. Hot stepper, but unable to get any return from that carry.
Yeah, there's contact, then he takes the hands.
But Britain rewarded with a penalty. Great pressure at the breakdown, just missing the accuracy there.
You can't deliberately.
Looks like it'll be a yellow card, repeated infringements from the Georgians.
Yeah, I think GB milked that one quite well. We heard them at half-time complaining that there's any reason for the Georgians to slow it down, and they'll do that. And you could see there, I think it was Mitchell, Richie Mitchell, that just tapped and went and just deliberately hit the ball down to the ground to make it look like the Georgian player was playing with the ball. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So Georgia down to 6 players. GB with 7. Definitely got the advantage here. We should see this ball go wide. Big open spaces. Stretch this Georgian defence.
Absolutely, and they go to the centres first, just run it straight, backing up pace, and they're in. That's the man you were just talking about. Richie Mitchell wins the game for Great Britain in extra time with the golden try, and he's delighted. It might not have been the best of weekends for Team GB, but that's exactly how you want it to end, with another tournament coming up in a couple of weeks' time in Split, Croatia. Team GB win this final.
Yeah, it's a lovely little play from Team GB. However, Georgia will be disappointed giving that penalty away, losing the player to the sin bin. But yeah, a little glimmer of hope there for Team GB after a relatively disappointing tournament for them. Let's hope they can come back in the next tournament a little rejuvenated and try and push for these quarter-finals.
There was contact.
Supersiege. Und jetzt gilt es, Platz 5 zu festigen und sich dort oben festzuspielen. Bestmögliche Ausgangssituation für das Split in 3 Wochen.
Robbie. Okay, in the relentless action here in Hamburg. No rest for the wicked, so they say. And we must continue our job. It is Ireland against our host, Germany. Ireland looking much improved today. Germany also progressing nicely through this tournament, and they will battle it out now with 14 minutes of rugby to see who will be crowned 5th place in this tournament in Hamburg. I'm joined once more by Robert Amelung.
Yeah, looking forward to this game. Obviously, as a German myself, really love it when the girls get together and play here in home ground. You can see the stadiums lightening up when they come in. It's getting really, really loud, and they'll be prepared. Ireland with a very convincing result this morning. Good win for them. Germany, they won their match against Czechia, which when I talked to the coach and the players, they weren't too happy with it. They felt they won it despite playing below their potential, so they want to fix something as well. It's going to be a good one.
And we're off, but we will go pitch side for one more interview.
So Frosty, what can I say? A tough game against Georgia there?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Look, Georgians are notoriously a physical side, so we knew we were certainly going to have to bar up for that one, for that 14 plus, wasn't it? So
yeah, a lot of time in there. Went to golden try there at the end there, but with their little yellow card, obviously that made life a little bit easier for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, look, I understand what the boy's thinking there. He's probably trying to slow it down, let them get back. Us being GB want to play with a bit more tempo, so look, that's the way the whistle blows, isn't it?
Yeah, as the tournament went on, you got a little bit better. It wasn't a great start from you guys, we're being realistic about it. How will you start for Split next week?
Yeah, look, like, it wasn't the best start for us, but, you know, there's a few new boys here, so the occasion, the experience, pulling on a GB jersey is certainly a proud moment for yourself and especially as a young boy. So maybe emotion got the better of us, maybe just cohesion as a team, but we showed that time on field, time together, we can start delivering some seriously good rugby out there. So hopefully we rip into Split and see where it takes us.
Absolutely. Well, good luck for Split. 2 weeks' time, sorry, not next week. We look forward to seeing you there. 7th place this week. Let's push higher next time.
Just final thing, I apologise for any profanity said from myself or any of the fellow boys when you're in the heat of the battle. It can be quite tough.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
Frosty Frostwick, a great character. What a lovely interview from him, and once again apologising for any bad language. But we're back to the action here in the women's tournament, the 5th place final, and Germany attacking from deep. That's Method Simmert. We know all about her pace and determination. She pins back the ears, that look over the shoulder to see who's chasing back, and she is on her own. She sees she can slow down, relax, and get under the sticks. She does that so often, so effectively, really leading the German team by example.
Yeah, she was really, really important in that victory this morning as Germany was struggling to get some good attack going, and twice they gave Mette Zimmer the ball and she accelerated into a gap and went out, and now once again she shows her pace, beats, beats Amy Lahn on the outside all the way to the try line. Mette Zimmer is such a key player in this German setup.
The conversion is good from Charlie. And it's 7-0 for Germany against Ireland. Mette Zimmer sucking up the air after that sprint. And Germany in pole position for the rest of this game. 3 minutes played of the first half. Ireland fielding that ball nicely, moving to the left, great pace in this attack. But Charlotta Malatier comes up with a cracking tackle. Sophie Hacker with a challenge here. And Ireland not making much progress, but they do work an intricate channel. McInerney working effectively there. And Ireland once more on this left-hand side. They don't need a lot of space. They put through the kick. It's a battle of speed, and I think Hennig will win that battle most of the time, but Ireland able to jackal it as she goes down in the ball. Burns distributing nicely. Little scissors play, dummying. Number 10, Oviawa. Oviawa getting very close, but dragged down in front of the line. Just missing the last few centimetres, and that is an incredible effort from Sophie Hacker to hold up the Irish woman as she dives over the line.
I feel like this is something the Germans have worked on and practiced a lot. We saw Charlotte Malatier do it in the first game as well. We saw a lot of it. Laura Schwinn had an effort as well in the tackle right before that, going high, keeping her from grounding it. So there seems to be something they have been working on. Great effort by Sophie Hacker.
Yeah, brilliant to see the wee smile on her face as she gets back to her feet. She knows she's done good. Mette Zimmer now seems to be taking on another new role, and she's slotted into the number 4. She has ball in hand.
We've been speaking a lot about Mette Zimmer and Paula Schultz switching around, and as Paula Schultz had to leave the last game with the ankle, we can give the update. Apparently the ankle's quite swollen, but the treaters ran some tests with her, and she seems to be good to go next week. Unfortunately out for this tournament, but all the tests seem to imply that she's going to be good and have a quick recovery.
Yeah, good news there then for this German team. They'll be delighted to have her back for the competition in Split. But Ireland with the scrum on the 5-metre line, so Germany cannot switch off for a second. They attack the open side, and there's a huge gap there. I don't know why she didn't just straight line it. And Ireland with the error. Hennig getting the ball free, keeping it alive, out in the width to Johanna Hacker. Johanna Hacker fending, driving in the contact. Now I think the Irish player will need to roll away. She gets trapped in an awkward position, so it's a penalty. Maria Pringle awarding that one to Germany. And back out to the wide left. Robbie, this is breathless stuff.
It is, and there's so many things to point out here. First up, the tackle from Laura Schwinn when Ireland came back inside and she put a big shot on someone. Then the intercept by Ricarda Hennig, the awareness to play the offload to Charlotte Malatier, and then Johanna Hacker is always dangerous when she has the ball. She's so quick, so powerful. But now Game slows down again as Germany choose the scrum off the penalty. Mette Zimmer, they get in the forward line. So they have Ricarda Hennig at the center now. Well, interesting to see what they'll do from this.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. They've got some real pace in the back line there with Hennig and Hacker. Oh, the big push coming on from Ireland. They've not quite got the angles right, however. So Germany with the penalty. Interesting decision. They do call for the scrum once more. They feel they have the advantage in that situation.
Stay down, push through. Yep.
Crouch. Binds.
So Germany once more feeding the scrum through Charlotta Malaitze. And Ireland to behave themselves this time, they do. Germany hold up to the challenge. Hennig stepping, playing the loop. And that's a good opportunity on the right-hand side. Hacker against Fitzpatrick. What a duel that is. Hennig. Good long pass to Sophie Hacker. Sophie Hacker ships it on. I think that was Gruber. And back on the side to Mette. And that's why they had her in at #1, because you got a winger on this side of the park when you come back. Brilliant play from Mette Zimmer. Is that a half smile? Making very big eyes there. Anyway.
Yeah, they have a nice set piece off the scrum there with Charlotte Malazier moving around, wrapping around, then freeing Johanna Hacker on the outside. There's a one-on-one with Fitzpatrick. Even though she gets tackled, she wins the gain line. And then when they come back, Zimmer has the space to beat Alana McInnery on the outside. And she's so quick, she shows them just again.
Yeah, I kind of alluded to it. If you have a back in the forwards, then when you play to one side, then back again, then that just gives you the opportunity to go around the edge.
I think even though the score is similar with 14 points, again, it's 2 tries by Mette Zimmer, so it looks like it's a similar game like it was this morning, but I feel Germany's going to be a lot happier as it's not just Mette Zimmer running around, but there's a lot more team effort happening here. The ball's being moved much better, and yeah, we see a lot of better team tries. Now let's see what the coaches say.
Execution's going to be a lot better, okay? We've got ourselves up there, we've got penalties, we've got ourselves 5 metres near line twice, okay, and turned that there over. Alright, so panic up, so we're pushing it just a wee bit on that line there, okay? Get the comms up, okay? People turn around and think we're past it, don't know who anybody is, okay? So this demand, I say to your mate inside it, give me the ball, okay? Make it easier on them instead of silence, alright? And if we have to recycle that one again.
Feuer jetzt kommen, okay? Das Spiel nicht denken. Denk noch mal dran, der Tick schnell, ja?
Ruhe, ja? Line Speed, Big Chops und Ruhe im Angriff, sieht gut aus. Go! Go! Unser Gegner.
Yeah, both coaches there with similar messages despite the difference in points on the scoreboard. Ireland talking a lot about communication and making it easier for each other, a little bit more clarity. And then the German camp, I'm hearing things like line speed in defence and Ruhe. What's the translation? I'm struggling to find words. Yeah, calmness in attack. They feel they might have this one now, Germany, and will look to tighten the screw in the second half.
Yeah, Sophie Hacker with the warning. They'll come out with fire now, but this is our game. So this is a really enthusiastic way of seeing the game. Lotta Malazier with a nice contestable kickoff, which with nicely bounced. I think it's Steffi Gruber who collected that.
Yeah, and there we see also Gesine Adler, as quite often happens, she's brought on at the half-time. Gesine Adler, a big tall woman with a rangy stride, good skill set, powerful athlete. So Germany will profit from the fresh legs, I am sure. There we see again that good kick-off gathered by Steffi Gruber.
Set!
And it's just a little lull here in the stadium as the crowd watch on.
Hands out now!
Ireland win that ball, so the German attack just breaking down slightly easily there. Oh, that's a big carry. That's the number 10 from Ireland, Faith Obiawa. She got battered into touch in the first half, so that was maybe a little bit of revenge, bringing the physicality. Oh, a little pirouette. And Ireland looking to attack in the wide channels. Oh, Hennig, incredibly aggressive, flying in at that breakdown, technically very sound. She's a tough woman after suffering a rather nasty injury yesterday to the face. And Ireland once again looking for the kick. This has worked for them before in the tournament, and it's working for them again. If it sits up, she should score this opportunity, and she will. Claire Gorman with presence of mind to identify the space and quality of skill set to make the most of it.
Yeah, Ricarda Hennig doesn't seem too happy about that when she turned to chase that ball straight into the referee. Let's see if we can see it. But nevertheless, Claire Cormack with the great vision that she sees the spaces there. She kicks the ball quite accurate so she can get it herself. It's a great pickup as well. It's a half-ball pickup as it slows down on this, very skillful. And this is the first touch to Ireland in the game.
Oh, desperately disappointing. Here we see the conversion attempt as it crashes against the post. So Ireland working their way back into the game with those points, but it's still more of a converted try difference. They will need 2 scores to take the lead here. And it's Gorman to take the kick-off. And Ireland chasing well with Fitzpatrick. I thought she might have strayed in front of the kicker, but the referee says it was good. Now the ball does turn up on the German side. Hennig, she's not been able to find that much space. She's got a lot of pace. It'd be great to see her maybe on the outside channels a little bit more. As Gesine Adler ships it on to the midfield, and it's back out to the lady with a brace, Method Simat. Again, once more, just doing the simple things well. The consistency in her game is exquisite. Julia Brown, number 5, is on the pitch now as well. There's Hennig in the wide channels. That's what we want to see. She's a real pace merchant. Hacker to Brown.
Senior working on a lot of space, a lot of subs. Julia Brown, as you pointed out, Annika Novotny's running the field now. She didn't get subbed on in the last game, as Curtis Bradford didn't want to rotate too much in a chaotic game like that. So it's good to see she gets game time in this game again.
Absolutely, and Julia Brown, been very impressed with her all tournament. She's coming on often as a substitute, making a real difference to this team. Gruber. Brown. Oh, a lovely little pass.
Nice set piece move.
A great line. And she gets hands free. That's Gesine Adler. That's Gesine Adler. See, I told you, she's a rangy runner. She's stretching those legs now, and she's charging all the way, extending Germany's lead. It's 19 points to 5. She could maybe have taken that under the post to make the kick easier, but I think her lungs would have been burning, and maybe her brain just had a little short circuit in that moment.
Yeah, I'm a big Gesine Adler fan. I think she's super dangerous with ball in space, and she had little opportunities so far in the whole tournament. And here finally with Johanna Hacker winning the collision, offloads to Gesine Adler. She finally has the chance to show how quick she actually is and scoring that try here. Like you said, maybe Charlotte Marazzi is not going to thank her for the difficult kick she's going to have to do now.
But they will all be thanking her for that run. That's a lung-busting sprint that Gesine put in. It is, and really showing her athleticism.
Charlotte Marazzi has left the field, by the way, so Julia Brown was it that took the kick and unfortunately missed it. So we'll see if that has big consequences for later. But as it stands now, Germany are up by 14 points.
Yeah, exactly. Like you say, up by 14 points. We've only got 2 minutes left on the clock in the second half. They're not safe yet, but they are in a pole position to seal the deal.
And before we kick off, there's another sub. Steffi Gruber leaving the field after having a solid performance. And Sophie Feller, another player that did not get subbed on against Czechia, now takes the field. So happy to see all these women that played some really good tournaments, showed good signs so far, get the game time in the final game of the tournament.
Yeah, Sophie Feller hasn't had all that much game time this weekend, so good to see her taken to the pitch in this 5th place final. A real positive character. Scrum time now for Germany. This is exactly what they want. The clock is obviously stopped as we see this break in play, but when it does go on again, they'll just have the opportunity to eat down a few seconds, watch the clock tick over. They're in a commanding position with a 14-point lead, and they could even extend that here. All three players out to the right-hand side. Hennig runs a short line and it goes behind her back to Julia Brown. Out to Hacker. Hacker taking on Uguero on the outside. Shipping it on well. Gesine Adler once more tries to straighten it up, but no way around the Irish defence. And Germany do lose the ball through the penalty here. And Ireland underway, looking to keep themselves in the game. If they score now, they might still have a chance. But they're gonna need to hurry up here and get over the whitewash. Gorman playing beautiful passes once more, but just not finding a way through this solid German defence. That's Boylan with another good carry. Ireland making progress, but maybe just a little bit too slow. Only 45 seconds left to play. 40 seconds now. On the left-hand side, attacking nice, it's Boylan on the scissors. A good little offload. Gorman being driven back by Johanna Hacker. I described her as a definition of competitive nature before, and you really saw that in that hit. Only a matter of seconds now left to play. They recycle once more. They're just going to look to slow this down. Where's the support? Julia Brown is there. 10 seconds now. Hennig into contact. Support is on hand. And there's the buzzer, so they need to get the ball off the pitch, and they do. Johanna Hacker with the honour of having the last touch of the game. And Germany securing 5th place on home soil in Hamburg.
Yeah, outstanding game management by Germany there in the end. Slowing the ball really, really down. Every ruck they take all the time they're allowed to take. Playing simple phases, making sure support's there so they don't lose balls, even though they run it up straight. And then, finally, after 5 seconds, after always took all those 5 seconds, they kick the ball into charge when the ball clock's done. Outstanding game management, outstanding performance. Germany will be super happy with that, securing 5th place here at the Hamburg Sevens.
Begrüßen wir die Herren im Spiel um Platz 5 aus Portugal und Spanien.
So we move back to the men's tournament again after that exciting game between Ireland and Germany in the women's competition. This is the 5th place playoff between Portugal and Spain, a good local rivalry. I'm joined by Robbie for this one. First of all, we'll get through a sideline interview.
Ready?
Hi, so I'm pitch side now with Johanna Hacker, 5th place here in Hamburg on home soil. What are the emotions right now?
Like, we're incredibly happy, honestly. That's like the most intense game I think we played in the last days. No, that's a lie, but we're so happy. I can't put it into words how we feel right now. It's probably the best we ever finished on a European series, so we try to keep that work up now.
It was a great performance from every one of the women this weekend. I saw you taking a little head knock at the end there. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah. It was a little bit unnecessary, but I mean, this is part of the game. Try to be happy now, so yeah.
What happens on the pitch stays on the pitch, right? So how are you girls going to celebrate tonight? I'm guessing with the tournament in 2 weeks, you won't be able to have too much of a party.
Yeah, sadly Hamburg is not the second tournament, so otherwise it would have gone wild next night. But like, yeah, I mean, we're going to have a little bit of a celebration, but definitely have the focus on for the next tournament.
Great, well, great stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in Split again. Huge performances from the whole team. Just well done.
Thank you, thank you.
So Johanna Hacker there from the German team, very happy with that, finishing 5th as they move on to the next tournament in Split and trying to advance on that. We bring it back to Portugal-Spain, men's tournament. Lovely little crossfield kick by Spain, sorry. On their own try line, trying things already. However, it doesn't really come to anything other than a penalty. Time to clear their lines, time to get out of here. Get a bit of territory so they can launch an attack, hopefully from around the halfway line with a line out, as I welcome on board here Robbie. How are you looking forward? Are you looking forward to this game?
I am, especially I'm looking forward to seeing more of Portugal. I thought they were really convincing this morning. They had a great first game of the day, so I'm excited to see more of them. And yeah, Spain is also always a reliable opponent. They play very similar to the way Germany plays, so we know they will be technically accurate. We know there will be a lot of switch plays, looking back, to attack back blindside again. It's two teams with exciting styles of rugby. This is going to be a good match.
Yeah, silly little penalty given away by Spain there. After winning that line out, putting the ball into midfield, just diving over the ball, giving that ball back to Portugal, who are going to take the scrum and be able to hopefully launch an attack from midfield. Both teams quite evenly matched.
Crouch.
Had some good games so far. Still not to see the best of them, I don't think. We'll hopefully get the best out of them in this final game for them for the day, as Portugal get the feed and get it out quickly. Really pressuring that Spanish defense, taking it down the outside through the big Kamara, the number 6. Lovely little angle, cutting back in from Fatih. Little bit of a sidestep, and through goes Durao for the first try of the game for Portugal.
Yeah, it all starts with that great angle. Fatih's coming in on, we can see it here. He comes in, changes his direction late, so it's hard to tackle him, and then he's a big boy, so he's hard to bring down, and he can offload, and Durao dives over.
Yeah, we saw Canepo Mendo coming over trying to cover tackle, but he's just moving too fast, and the little sidestep round the side of him from Durao puts him over the line for the first try of the day. And the conversion just a little wide by the looks of things. Getting a little windier here, Robbie.
Yeah, the wind comes out again. Compared to the last 2 days, I still think this is the day with the best rugby conditions. We had pouring rain yesterday. We had a very heavy wind on Friday. So today, with the little wind, I think the teams will be able to execute the way they want to play, or at least cannot use the weather as an excuse. However, the wind always affecting your kicking game. But Portugal do not seem to bother by this. This is a really good contestable kick, which is won by Spain.
Yeah, it's a good kickoff, but yes, as you said, Spain did win it. Get a bit of go forward. There's that man, Canepo Mendo again. As they try and get it to the sides, get it into that 15-meter channel, the big wide pass, bit floated, but they've taken it forward. They've got support there. And as they look to bring it back and open up some spaces. Good tackle. Coming in there from Kamara. Not allowing the Spanish attack to get past him. Canepo Mendo again, just slowing things down, taking the contact. As we see Spain are really attacking, looking at those one-handed offloads. Good support play. And they're out in the 15-meter channels again. Just trying to edge forward slowly. We see Portugal crawling on the ground, so referee's got advantage here. Should be advantage over by now. There's that big number 6 from Spain, Davion Baravia. However, it looks like the referee's taking them back. Yeah, the referee taking them back for that scrum, deeming that there was not enough advantage. As W. Baravi just lost the ball on the ground there. Things are a little bit slow. We've not really seen real pace in the game yet. Really want to see this ball be moved side to side. Use the conditions that are there. It's nice, it's dry. As we said, light winds. Good conditions for
it's a bit of a stop-start game. I feel like both teams are a bit nervous. It's the last game of the tournament, so they must be a little tired. Portugal having the overtime yesterday as well, something that will tire them out. Then it's a very important game. It's about the 5th place, the ranking, so they might be a little nervous. And also, you don't want to pull the risk too early, don't want to play too risky too early, as you might provoke an opponent and you just get punished so quickly in 7th. So I feel like there's a lot of factors entering this. We're not seeing the teams unlocking their full potential. The physicality is not a problem. We see a couple of big collisions right in front of the screen.
Yeah, Spain in possession again. Keeping control at the moment. Just setting the ball up. Taking it to the outside. Attacking that 15-metre channel once more. Lovely little sidestep. He's almost breaking free there. As Lopez Hernandez. However, small knock on there as the referee calls half-time, just as we heard the hooter there. Not the most exciting game to start with here in this first half, but Portugal going in 5-0 up, they'll be happy with the lead. However, I think there's more to come from both teams.
Yeah, it was a great try. Portugal scored through Fati and Durao combining. But yeah, like you said, we're looking forward to see more. What do you make up that first half? Who do you think will win this game in the end?
Well, that's a really good question. If I was to put my money on before the tournament, I'd like to see Spain, because I think they've been moving the ball a little better. However, the physicality of Portugal gives them a little bit of advantage, especially around the rucks. Let's listen in now to see what the coaches have got to say in the huddles.
Expira. Vamos agora, inspira. Expira. Vai, malta, vai. Rodrigo. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Oi, temos que ser bocadinho mais solidários uns com os outros. Pá, eu sei que está difícil, não tá fácil, mas, pá, quem placa, levanta, quem está do outro lado tem que ir cobrir esse lugar, não pode estar à espera que o placa vá outra vez, está bem? Estamos a ficar muitos gajos a dormir aqui do lado fechado, sem ninguém, ok? Temos que abrir mais, eles vão nos querer caçar, bum, pá, vai dar. Está certo? 1, 2, 3, Espanha! Santiago!
Yeah, very emotional halftime speech by both teams. Playing in Portugal, both nations with a lot of pride, playing a lot of emotions. We said it earlier with Portugal, they have a point to prove. They're really disappointed coming off short against Belgium yesterday. So there were a lot of emotions involved, which they're really well at channeling and playing then to their strengths. On the other hand, Spain had some boom in their halftime speech. They also looking to get some big carries in, and I can't wait for that second half to kick off.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I think there's more in both of these teams. I know they're tired. I know it's the last game, but they've definitely got some more rugby in them, and they'll want to unleash that as it is the last game of the day.
Contact is there. Scrum, boys.
Yeah, I think they were hearing the crowd. There's a little bit of a lull after that Germany performance by the women's team. We've got a little bit of a lull there, which is maybe feeding into the game a little bit. We need some noise over there. There are some Spanish flags I can see. There's definitely some Portuguese supporters, because we've spoken to them throughout the 3 days. We need to hear a little bit of noise from them, get these players up and running, ready for this last match for them.
Coach!
So, scrum time. Spain put in. Let's see if they can get this ball across. Let's see if we can get some speed and power into this play. As the referee gives a little free kick, early push from Portugal, and there we go. There's the speed we've been looking for. Moving it to the wide channels, down the outside. Ortego Martin having a run and then moving it back again. Now we're going side to side. Now we're seeing some space. Big inside pass. Heading it back inside to Ricardo Mulas. Canepo Mundo with a pass just behind. Just behind.
Yeah, it's
Ortego
unlucky.
Martin, sorry, Robbie.
Yeah, it's unlucky here. We see some really good, we like to see that they want to move the ball, they're playing wide to wide, they're changing direction, they're attacking back blinds. That's everything we want to see. And then it's killed by slight inaccuracies like this one.
Yeah, when it came back again, the Spanish players complaining that there was an injured Portuguese player on the ground. However, in my opinion, they ran it past him. There's nothing he can do about it. It's not a deliberate foul by any means. It's just a rugby incident. As Portugal win the line out, and again, they're going to move it from side to side now. Bit of speed, good tackle, double hit. Couldn't quite get in on the jackal as they take it up the same side. Nice little break there coming through from Fatih again. He's been instrumental this weekend. Really pushing his team forward, showing his power and pace. Spanish player not rolling away. Portugal decide to go quickly. Moving it back to this left-hand side. Pass is going out, nice hard line, maybe not quite the speed that he wanted. Attacking 2v1. Nice little play from Moreno Guzman, putting the ball outside into the hands of Racarias Mulas for the score, as we see a little bit of handbags breaking out.
Some after discussions. We said there's a lot of pride involved in this game, and this was a really long passage of play as well. I'm impressed by Fatih with his first line break. That's so powerful, dominating collisions. Even when someone comes from the back and pulls himself onto him, he still manages to stay on his feet. And then Portugal recycle well, play two-phase, and in the end, Fatih again with a wraparound, moving the ball quickly, shows that there's more dimensions to his game, but his physicality. He also has the handling with a quick ball transfer. And then Portugal like to create an overlap with the wraparound, and in the end, it's Mulas who scores.
Yeah, Fatih, as you said, instrumental, even in the first try. That hard line that he ran, we're seeing the possible incident where we're trying to see, I think it was Canepo Mendo trying to hurdle over one of the Spanish players. Sorry.
A lot of Portuguese players with really
Durao
good,
trying to hurdle over Canepo.
really good touches in this era. As we see the conversion by Mulas, which is short. So it's a 10-point lead for Spain. Still very possible to get this try. It's one converted try and another try for them, which is very possible. We've seen big comebacks this tournament already.
Yeah,
so let's see what Spain can do here.
Yeah, however, we've got to note that there is a yellow card there for Spain. They are down to 6. Not really sure what happened. There was a high tackle that the referee was signalling.
It's possibly because of the little handbags afterwards, eh?
Could well be, could well be. We'll maybe see a replay later on of exactly what that was, as Portugal get underway, kicking it nice and deep, making it hard for Spain to go from their own 22. Put a bit of pressure on them, force them into running things with 6 players. That'll sap their energy. Good compete at the breakdown. Portugal going quickly. This could be another yellow card, not retreating 10, as we see them. Portuguese player diving over in the corner. That was Hayden Hahn making the decision to go for it and putting the 3rd try on the board for Portugal.
Yeah, Hayden Hahn, he's been a good player all tournament, and here again, awareness. Seeing Spain has not really seen him tapping it quickly, so he does exactly that, and he runs straight into the defender, which forces him to make a decision. Either he has to let go, which makes it really hard for the rest to defend, or he makes the tackle, which is another yellow card offense. I don't think he got one as Hayden Hahn scored in the end, but still smart play by him.
Yeah, well played by the Portuguese team there when we see the conversion. flying right through the middle, taking it up to 17 points to Portugal. 0 at the moment for Spain.
I just realized I got the names wrong. I said the Spanish name of the kicker. Of course, it wasn't Mullers, it was Martin Diaz who kicked the conversion. And this time, Martin Diaz is successful with that conversion as well.
Not just the players that are getting tired here, Robbie, that's for sure. It's been a long day, and we can see how mistakes get made everywhere as we go back to the action. And again, Portugal moving it side to side. They still have that advantage of one player, but not quite the handling they were looking for. As we see the returning player come back to the field, going back to 7v7. Portugal making a couple of changes, get some fresh legs on there. They've got the ascendancy at the moment. Spain needing 3 scores to get back into this game. I can't see them coming back from it, but that'll certainly not stop them from trying. So we see the rerun there, just the pass, not quite to hand. Too much speed in it. Not enough accuracy. Scrum down. Spain put in. I'd love to see this just go wide. I suspect we'll see a little pop pass straight back to the man in the pocket sitting behind the ruck. Exactly what we do, even though they win the free kick, and it's going wide again. Stretching the Portuguese defence. That's some good speed there, being shown by Moreno Goodsman. Spain going up the blind side. Thought there was a little gap there. Just had to retreat and come back again. Poor pass there out to the centres. Just put them on the back foot again. Portugal doing well to snuffle this out, but Spain managing to hold on to the ball. Moving it back to the left-hand side again. This is better handling. That's gone in the hands of Canepa Mendo. Canepa Mendo right the way down for the score, giving Spain their first score of this game. And now it could be a bit too late for Spain to get anything out of this game other than pride. It's great speed down that outside from Noah Canepa Mendo. Dotting down right in the corner. Not the easiest kick from the sidelines. A little bit of practice for his kickers here.
Yeah, he's a dangerous ball runner. We see with both Spanish teams, their number 7s are very influential players. With Valverde and the women's team also really, really dangerous, scoring a lot of tries, doing brilliant stuff. So this seems to be a trend in Spanish rugby. 15 seconds to go. Spain down by 12 points. There's no way, unfortunately, they'll win this game. Portugal secure that 5th place, which they can be very happy about after they were really, really unhappy about coming up short against Belgium with an outstanding, impressive game yesterday. They had 2 very, very cohesive performances today. Very dominant, never kept anyone in doubt they'll lose this game. They were about to win everything they would touch today, and they did that. Spain with the last attack, seeing if they can make the game a little closer in the end.
Yeah, they're not giving up. They're still trying. They're going side to side and creating opportunities. But on that touchline, the AR flag has gone up, and that will signal the end of the game. And as you quite rightly said, Robbie, that will mean Portugal take the 5th place slot, Spain having to settle for 6th this time. Not the best of games, but at the same time you can appreciate, as you said, we're getting tired here. Those guys have been out there playing some rugby for 3 days, so we'll give them a little bit of leeway this time and just say well done, good game. We did get a bit of noise from the crowd eventually, so that's good.
Yeah, it's a real strength, bouncing back from such a disappointing result as they had yesterday. That's really, really good. It shows a great mindset. Like we said, they have a lot of pride, they play with a lot of emotions, and they're able to channel this pride, channel these emotions into executing great, brilliant rugby. They didn't give away a penalty yellow card in this game as well, so they will be really, really happy with that performance.
Yeah, I think there will be a short break now before we move on to the bronze places. We'll be back in a moment.
Also, kurze Pause, wer Bock hat, gleich was zu gewinnen. Wir werden mit dem Abschied gleich eine Spiele veranstalten, bei denen ihr etwas gewinnen könnt. Wir brauchen 4 Zweierteams. Also, wenn ihr Bock habt mitzumachen, kommt hier vorne zum Eingang, dort wo die Spieler rein und rausgehen und werden wir euch gleich abholen. So in 5, 6 Minuten. Und dann könnt ihr hier vielleicht gleich einen Custom 3D-Mundschutz finden. Recover, see and split. Zweiter Versuch.
Go back, go back, go back, go back! Here, Karen! Offside. Turbo, проси! 12. Keep going!
enjoying yourself. The music's going. Have you enjoyed your time in Hamburg?
We've loved Hamburg. It's been a bit testing with the rain, but we're used to it.
Vantage! Vantage is over! Release! Noise!
Ben, stai, rozbijaj, Patryku! Rozbijaj! Zabij! Hansko!
Use it!
Back. You're good now? No. Number 2, you're a good 12. Move 10 meters. Play the fun ditch. Fun ditch over. It's on the ground. Guys, just leave it. It's on the ground.
Right.
Genau, ihr könnt noch ein bisschen weiter auseinandergehen, dass ihr noch Platz habt, ne? Vielleicht noch ein bisschen weiter darüber, alle ein bisschen verteilen. So, und zu gewinnen gibt es für das Siegerteam 2 3D-gedruckte Mundschutz. Das sind nicht die in dieser Größe, die nur der Veranschaulichung, weil Mundschutz ist nicht so groß, die kann nicht so